Are we live? Hey, y'all. Look, good evening, good evening, good evening, good
Good
evening.
evening.
Listen, tonight is a good night. Today's been a wonderful day. I'm here with my co-host, the lovely Miss Sheena Beckton. How are you this evening?
I'm wonderful and I'm going
Um,
to be loud with it
yeah,
tonight.
we're going to talk about that bull.
Yes, I'm
See, we
giving
got a
you.
bullhorn ordinance. And shout out to
Yes.
Landon with Landon's Hendrick Studios located in the wonderful downtown Flint for all of your needs. We need to, I hope we got a social media flyer so we can put it up on the show.
Oh, I had the clapping going. I'm sorry.
Yeah, look, I need y'all to click, like, share, and subscribe to everybody. Listen, Gutter Black, what's up? Good evening. Our Murphy, Merc 76. Look,
What's
y'all,
going on, Merc?
click, like, share, and subscribe. Patrick Jean, we got a lot to talk about.
Patrick.
It's been a lot that has happened, y'all. And
Whew.
look, some of the stuff, it's a good thing that some people need a confessional. Here's my confession. Who sung that song?
Oh,
They
Lord.
need a
Ursha.
confession or usher. There we go.
Ursha, baby.
We need, or they need to be Catholic for a day or two, because some of the stuff I be listening to, I'm
They will
like,
burn that
was
church
I there?
right on down.
That
That
part, that
church will
part.
light on fire with some of these folks.
So Sheena, what all are we talking about today?
We're covering everything from the lies of Judy, Lydell. We're covering the meeting, whatever that was yesterday, that trifecta of triflingness, lies, hypocrisy, and foolishness that occurred yesterday at the meeting. That was just an abomination. And to support Mr. Jedediah and the investigating advocate fam, I have my bullhorn. I've decided to let it be known. I'm here with.
You know
I'm
there was
ready. I
bullhorn
stay
ordinance.
ready. Right. See, you got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So
So
I'm
you
ready.
didn't tell me you were bringing on a bullhorn.
Listen, this is
Bullhorn for.
I gotta be ready. So I'm
So
here.
we
I'm
got a lot
ready.
to cover. And so I apologize. We had some little technical difficulty. Um, and we apologize that, but we didn't want to come on fixing it on air. And so there were some things to work out in social media. But I want to thank each and every one of y'all. If you can click like, share, and subscribe, because we're gonna get into it. Listen, one thing about it, I'm not for everybody. If you don't like what I'm gonna say, delete yourself. Delete yourself. Delete
Throw up them
yourself. Because
deuces.
this is gonna be about the truth. I had a wonderful day. I can't share my good news until the weekend, though, till the weekend.
All
But it's
right,
gonna be
all
good.
right.
It's good. God is good in the on time God. Yes,
Yes, he is.
yes, yes, yes. So listen. So Bishop Devian Williams, hello everyone, and hello Tonya Burns and Sheena B. Hey. Yeah, Tasha Lynn, hello.
Kelsey.
Aluna Calloway
Tasha
Lang,
Lynn.
hey.
Hey, hey,
Auntie
hey.
M, hey. So when they say Tanya Burns' nails are perfectly manicured, y'all, they be lying. because my nails is busted. I'm
Ooh.
just saying. I was gonna go get them done today. I'm on my third clothes change. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just putting on something comfortable. My day is up running. My house looked like I don't know how it looked like that. It looked like Oscar the Grouch lit here. I got like 12 pair of boots in the living room. I don't know how many pair of shoes. I'm serious. Every coat for every season is in my living room. Spring coat, winter coat, fur coat, mink coat, you name it. And Michael Clack, what's up?
Michael
So I
Clack,
mean,
what's that?
only thing I know is my dishes is washed because my coffee cups and wine glasses are clean. So I got my
The
priorities
most
straight.
important part. The most important part. Hey.
That was loud. But listen, we're gonna be loud. We're gonna be loud and right tonight. So look, I am excited about there are some great things and this meeting we go we gonna cover this meeting. And this meeting had so much when I got there, it was y'all let's get back. Let's give a shout out to one of Flint's own activists, Arthur Woodson. What? Look, she in
There
there
we
probably thinking, don't y'all cut up too. Look, the view. Look, let's do the disclaimer. Put that disclaimer up
Please,
there.
let's
Put
get
it
that
up.
disclaimer going because
The
tonight's gonna
view
be a hot one.
show.
she gonna put me
That
out because
Tanya Burr.
the stuff y'all dealing with is.
It's across the mouth. The views of Tanya Burns and friends do not reflect the views of Urban News Radio, even though we may most likely agree, like we really just might agree, because sometimes y'all be acting up.
Up,
But for legal purposes,
up.
this is educational purposes only. Thank you. Read the scroll. So, man, we're viewing here to you too late. You too late. I ain't calling you back today. Listen. So first of all, we go. That's our disclaimer. Hey, Sherry Allen. Hey, Kathleen King, Jasmine M.
Jasmine M.
And if I missed y'all name, charge it to my mind, not my heart. I promise you, it is not my heart. Look, y'all, I got one nail on this finger now. One. One. So listen. I know I'm going. I don't know what the other two. Okay. But anyways, we're gonna do a shout out to Flintstone activist Arthur Woodson, the most controversial activist in Genesee County, because he be in everybody business. Everybody. So he was at a summit this week, and Constance, you looked really professional. Do we have that
He does.
picture?
He looks very important here. I love this. He
Oh,
does.
since he's on the stage.
Yes.
Who would know he'd be the one that I had to get out of jail twice? Just Flintstone activist Arthur Woodson for going and representing the city of Flint, where he is bringing back money and ideas and innovation and healthcare, dealing with real health issues in the city of Flint. Now, he will try to watch us. I tried to call him. Yeah, he didn't answer his phone. So we're not going to worry about that. I was going to let him speak for himself, but I want to say congratulations and let him know that he is, what's Tupac? You are appreciated. Arthur Woodson, you are appreciated. He look all professional. I'm looking at him in a new light. I'm like, look at him. Now, single ladies, don't let that look fool you. Don't let that look fool y'all. Because he be the same one getting thrown out of council.
Not very demure, not very
Okay.
cutesy on
No.
some days.
No. You don't know Arthur Woodson?
No, I didn't know. I forgot he used to make the cake.
Yeah. Nah, he be like, only time he really cooked, he cooked for us when he was going through some issues. Me and Stephanie, he would cook. But nah, he ain't baking no cake. He do ribs and he cooks up to the Roadhouse. Please visit the Roadhouse with Dink Sosa will be opening up his third black business in the city of Flint. But what's in that picture is, I mean, I would have never looked at that picture and said that's him on stage. I'm impressed.
I would have never thought it. Right, Tasha Lane, he cleans up well. He does.
Y'all, he gonna be mad tomorrow. He was trying to roast me. Shout out to Flintstone activists. I want to give you your flowers while you are alive. And he looked like a business. He needs to do this more often. Well, I mean, you really don't want, Art go for the I'll go to jail activism. So he don't want to be in jail in a two-piece suit with uh, with some good church shoes on. So
Yeah,
he
because you
want
can't
to
run
slap
past the Stacey Adams
across
on
that
them slick floors. No, mm-mm. Somebody might grab them by that tie, wrap it around their hand, and
Shout outs to you, Arthur Woodson. Thank you for representing Flint, Michigan, and Washington, D.C., and making sure the residents of the city of Flint's voice is heard. Sending you a
that
heart full of
part.
love. Now, we're going to go on and get on into this. That meeting. So before we get into it, because I want to make sure my accurate story is told because it was not. And so we do not owe anybody an explanation if we're going to be late to a meeting because we grown. You get there when you get there or you don't come. There is no attendance policy. And so
Mm-hmm.
because there is no attendance policy, none whatsoever, we're grown. And people need to understand part of our job is just not attending meetings. It's not. Part of our job is being out there in the community. It is dealing with the issues. It's making phone calls. It's making emails. It's connecting. I
Mm-hmm.
put in my time in overtime. Okay. 7 days a week.
Yes, you do.
7 days a week. And I take calls, which I'm going to start to cut back. It's 7 days a week. So people need to understand that part, that it is not, we are required 4 meetings per month. We have way more than that. And that's what it's supposed to be. But unless you miss, I think 45 days straight and not doing your job, and that's going to mean, oh gosh, that's going to mean you're not answering phone calls, you're not dealing with any of the residents. And so people need to understand that because there are some little things. So
Mm-hmm.
I get there. I was on the phone, and it's funny because I was on the phone and I'm like, okay, hey, Carl Lewis. Um, and so I get there and I'm on the phone and my phone didn't go off on the elevator. And so I was talking to, it's funny, I was talking to me and Dr. Weaver were talking. And
Uh-huh.
I was like, okay, let me get out. I get off the elevator and right before me is Jerry Winfrey Carter and some of
Uh-huh.
the other city people. I'm like, what are you doing out here? And
Uh-huh.
she was like, girl, we not gonna make it. They ain't doing right. They wouldn't let the people speak. So it took probably an hour to get the full story.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I'm gonna do my synopsis, then we're gonna play what the video was. And so then I see Dennis came out of it. And
Mm-hmm.
Dennis is saying, well, Candace picked up the box. I'm like, what do you mean she picked the box up? So now I guess Candace is part of the council, the city council or the city clerk staff. So then 5, 10 minutes after, Jonathan walks out. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? And so then before, right after Jonathan walks out, they're walking out Jedediah. The nation's advocate, Jedediah Brown, was thrown out by Chief Green. And so Bullhorn, I said, what are you doing? I said, and I stopped and I talked to him in the hallway. Now, the next meeting had not started. I did not go to the first meeting. And for those who had all this old crazy stuff, my colleagues we were all going back to the second meeting. I told them, I said, look, I got time to just sit. Y'all can go on and go. I can sit here and wait because there were some things that needed to be done. I wasn't there prior because I've had some family issues, and that's what you do when you work together because things
Right,
needed
right.
to get done. If they wanted to do business, I was going to be the fifth vote. And so that's just the way that was. So when people
Uh-huh.
speculate, I need them to stop. There was no coup. My colleagues didn't get mad for the second meeting because we were going back in there, but they wouldn't adjourn the first one. And I told them in the council chambers that I would stay. Y'all go ahead and go. And so there's been
Right.
some things that some of them have had to do in their commitments. We all take our time to do what we need to do when you are a wait a minute, hold Big Shady said, no disrespect, but damn, Sheena is a baddie. All love.
Thank you, Big Shady.
Yes, she is. absolutely a beautiful. She is a beautiful woman, and she has a
Thank you.
very brilliant mind. So
Thank you.
when we were getting back to it was so much going on. So I walked up to, and I want to send to, was it Debbie and Diane Thornton gave me a little stewardess thing. Now everybody think I'm a flight attendant because Arthur Woodson keeps saying I'm a flight attendant because I wear stockings. Wintertime, my legs be
You have a
cold.
scarf. It's a little
I,
scarf
it
around
be
your neck. That's what we have.
oh, Big Shady said Miss Burns needs to be careful. Some people in Flint are some real haters. Yeah, but God is even greater than my haters. Thank you, Big Shady,
This is
though.
true.
God is even greater than my haters. Because the blessings that were bestowed upon this city today, y'all don't even understand. I can't share it with y'all till Saturday.
Oh.
So, getting back to the hallway. So I'm watching Chief Green move along down the hallway with Jedediah had, I think, turned
Hold on one
backwards.
second. Hold on one second. Joe King, while you're here, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe before you get put out, okay? Go ahead and hit that like, hit that thumbs up, all right?
Yeah, can you
Go
block
ahead.
that
Thank you.
person? Yeah. So I'm not giving any energy to somebody who don't want to come in, with their own name. Um,
In their
you
own
know, the
picture.
yeah. So no energy to that. God bless them. May blessings be bestowed upon them to tell the truth, and may somebody yank out their tongue. So let's move on.
In
So
that order.
so Jedediah turns around and he's talking now, and I asked Chief Green. I said, "Well, what is he for?" Chief Green was, "He got to go. He got to go." I said, "Well, what is he?" I said, "Well, what is wrong?" And I said, "Why are you being put out?" He said, "Because I brought a bullhorn." I said, "Because you brought a bullhorn?" I said, "We don't have no bullhorn ordinance. What are you talking about?" I said, "Well, you can go back to the next meeting." And so Chief Green said he can't come back. I said, "No, he can't. No, Chief Green, that's not what it states. Are you writing him a ticket, a violation?" And he did not. And then the video is going to show that he didn't. So Chief Green, once again, did not know Rule 32.2 of the Flint City Council, which states, page 12 of 13, it states, "For any repeated violation of these rules, the chair may order discipline up to and including a removal from a meeting. Any any discipline is subject to appeal raised." And I think I actually got that one too. Yep. Pursuant to Rule 1.3, if a council member is removed from a meeting, they may not return to participate in any other council meeting held the same day. So the only person that you can leave that up, only person that cannot come back is the council. Only the council. Council cannot come back. Um, so any person, because we know Gladys sits outside in that hallway, and here's the other part. Woodson just won that, and it was thrown out. I mean, they with I believe Attorney Terry Johnson, and so members can come back because it's a separate meeting. Each meeting is posted separately, and that's why it has a separate time and a separate posting. And so, therefore, um, the bad information that they give is just crazy. It's just crazy. So Chief Green was wrong. Rule 32.2, only people can't come back is council members. And they did that because they kept throwing Mays out of every meeting, and Mays would come back to the next one. So it's only for council members because and actually that was a violation of the Open Meetings Act. And that is a violation of Open Meetings Act because you cannot, they didn't do anything in the next meeting. Next meeting had not begun. And
Right.
so we waited, the four of us waited for, I don't know, over an hour and something. I think they called that meeting to order at 6:36. We'll hear when the video comes on. So, hey, JWC, she in here. So they wouldn't adjourn the meeting. And so I told them, look, my cause we were talking, it is disturbing, the behavior really erratic that they're doing. And you'll see it in the clips of the video that you can see Candace talking real fast. I think that's what she say, her flow is her flow. You can't beat you messed up my flow. Okay, whatever your flow is, that's not what we're here for. And it's really a very immature, childish, mean girl. We're gonna go after them. We're gonna throw insults. And look, I'm not even we're not doing that, the four of us. So to make sure business was taken care of, like I told them, there was no time when they were leaving. And I think you'll see in one of the videos when they go back, Gladys went to go back because we thought that the meeting was going to be re-adjourned. And it had been
Right.
adjourned and they were going to call the other meeting to order. And I think Dennis had went in, and then Gladys went in, they kicked Gladys back out and said, no, the meeting has not been adjourned. So, if they had adjourned the meeting in that time, which took over an hour and something, we were all going to go back because the issue was simple as this: allow the public to speak. I wasn't there for the first meeting. I was not. I got there, they was already in the hallway. They were all, Jerry was in the hallway. Dennis was at the door in between, I think, the hallway. Jonathan, I think he was getting his stuff to leave. And so those are the facts. That's what happened. So that's what happened. So the thing was to make sure the public was heard. And so they would not adjourn the meeting. And, most of them, my hours are flexible. Theirs really aren't, a lot of them. And so I said, hey, y'all go do what y'all got to do. Look, if they want to do business, I'm here. I had stuff that I could work on, that I needed to work on, because I'm always behind in my stuff, to make sure some of the stuff got done. Now, when they got in there and decide to show they behind, ain't nobody doing that. No, that's just not happening. That's not happening. It's just not happening, And when we get all this stuff, she left before Tapology. Thank y'all for everybody that sent that to me. But look, I didn't leave before Tapology. I was not even in my seat when Candace went to the bathroom. Look at the video. And second of all, Tapology was supposed to be taken off of it. Two of my children went to Tapology with Bruce, first of all. Second of all, I had talked to Seamus and asked him to save it that day, because was it 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, because they were going to drop it because they couldn't get in touch with Bruce to give him the funds. And I told him, no, please save it, because he's got something that's going on. Please save it. So Seamus sent me an email because they had a very difficult time getting in contact. So, people come up with all this crazy stuff, and it has nothing to do, it has nothing to do with, they make up stuff. And they need to stop. So I was literally in my seat. I was out talking to Joel because Joel had a project. And I am going to go to this part. Can we go to decorum? I think I gave it's in hot pink. Did I send it to you? Yeah. Yeah, we're going to go to the one where we're going to use AK Code. Shout out to AK Code, because we do use other people's stuff. Thank you. We do use other people's stuff who have already. I'm like, no, we'll just talk through the video. So, yeah, that part. So, as people will see, this was again for him to reach out. This is my email where Seamus asked me to reach out to him again. He says, Councilman Burns, can you please reach out to him again? Give her the resolution. It's on Finance Committee this evening. I have tried calling multiple times and never got an answer. So all my haters who hate me, y'all keep hating, because I'm going to keep doing the work, and it needs to stop. That's not bridging the gap to this community. Oh, she got up for tap. My kids went to tap out. Matter of fact, I paid for my nieces and nephews to go to Creative Expressions Dance and then to tap. So people need to stop, and they need to stop. And so
it's so weird to hate on things that are like progressive and things like anyway.
She left before Tapology. No, I was actually out there talking to Joel, who was like, can you please, I told the administration, you didn't see me on camera, look, I'm leaving. Y'all need to talk to her. She's crazy. She's a problem. I'm not standing for this. So let's put back up decorum. I'm sorry. Because according to our city council rules, what my job states that I am supposed to do, page 26. Page 26 of Flint City, section 3-104. As representatives of the city of Flint, city council members are expected to conduct themselves with appropriate decorum, act respectfully with constituents, each other, and other public servants, attend to their duties of their office as outlined in this charter, and become knowledgeable of the Flint City Charter on issues of importance to the city of Flint and the practices of government. So what is decorum? Decorum, yeah, you can leave it. The pink one. Now I'm on to the pink. I just read the other one. But then after I read that one, can you put the other one back up? Because I want people to see I give y'all the truth. So not just my opinion. And so decorum. Decorum refers to behavior that is socially correct, polite, and respectable. It implies a sense of propriety, good taste, and adherence to established standards of conduct. Essentially, it is behaving in a manner that is appropriate for a particular situation. And again, the charter tells you, Section 3-04, page 26, responsibilities of city council. Okay, I don't see nowhere where it says I got to let somebody talk to me crazy, disrespectful, aggressive, call me out my name, question my judgment. It does not require that.
Passive aggressive, condescending.
Yeah, let's keep going. What up? Look, let's look up at the sources. Let's see. So, and I'm not doing it. I have shared, I am as transparent as I can be. My tolerance is I don't have none. When she got upset because I objected, I didn't even look up because I don't have that space in between. So I'm going to advise people stay out my way because I will fight a bear at this point. Okay. I'm not in the mood for people in their gyre. I'm not there. When she tried to talk crazy and what are you objecting to? Okay, deductive reasoning, as her colleague told her to the left of me. My thing is treat others like you want to be treated. She talks so nasty. No one else was in that meeting. So I went back to handle the business. As I told my colleagues, if they want to, I'll be in the council office. I was working on other things. I don't talk to people crazy, but they had to adjourn the meeting. Nobody went to, these are two separate meetings, to the first meeting. They refused to adjourn the one as we waited. We waited so they would adjourn the meeting so that the public could speak. Public was allowed to speak in the second meeting. So when people give you a half truth, and it ain't everybody, because I'm gonna say this. Thank you, Mickey Jordan. Y'all, I have to say that. He was trying to explain. He was there. He was there. And it was not that. And so, and it was not Tapology can put back on next Monday like everything else. Whenever they can put it back on. And that is my issue. So we worked, and they keep saying, oh, well, they're not working together. We're absolutely working together. I told them, yeah, y'all go ahead. I will be here. If they decide to adjourn, because I came late, I had to leave from the hospital and I came there. And so because I have got some family issues that come first in my life, I'm not changing that part. And so I told them, look, y'all go ahead and go, because they were, what was it, an hour or so? But that meeting was just bizarre, and so literally when I got there, JWC was in the hallway, mad. Pfeiffer came out upset. He was like, this is ridiculous. So the three of them did leave because the public could not speak. I missed Jedediah talking to. I literally was in there when he walked out, when they gave the bullhorn ordinance. And there was yeah. So there was no bullhorn ordinance. There is
I missed all of that, but I'm here today, ready.
with a bullhorn.
Okay.
And I could have taken his, and I told him, I said, so when I went downstairs, I said, so while we were waiting for them to adjourn the meeting, Dennis went downstairs and I went downstairs in front of the building. And I said, okay, so why won't they let you back in? He said, the bullhorn. I said, well, give me the damn bullhorn. And I took the bullhorn and took it upstairs with me. And I walked into the council chambers, they still hadn't adjourned it. And my thing, there is no bullhorn ordinance. I mean, they're giving a lot of bull, but ain't a bullhorn. I mean, I'm just saying. So, but we
are full of bull. But
I'm like, what is wrong with these people? That meeting was crazy. And then at the end, so we are working together. But what we need for people to do is support us. All they do is criticize and try to separate the four of us. Flint is already. So if we got to fight Neely, fight the people who don't like me, don't like Jerry, don't like Dennis, don't like Jonathan, it's silly. We're not getting it. You make it hard. And that is an observation that I have had a conversation with Jedediah. Too many people are fighting each other. You don't have to like, I don't work with people didn't look racist, didn't like me because I'm a female Black woman. And nothing to do with my job.
Right.
We supposed to be working together. And until Flint, I get when they say, until Flint can come together, why help Flint? I get that. It's all
The
this
infighting
infighting.
is it is, and
It's
it's the
crazy.
infighting is a put off for anybody who wants to even be involved because it's like you're trying to talk to different people to understand all of these different perspectives and experiences. But if I'm asking you, well, what's going on? But you're talking to me about mess that's going on with another person, and these aren't even things that have anything to do with anything. I don't like that
Yeah.
person because they wore red today. Okay, but what
Yeah.
does it have to do with what you
Yeah.
need? Like it's just certain just the pettiness. Excuse me, the pettiness is just too much. It's very off putting.
It's like literally I dealt with this in junior high. I didn't even deal with it in junior high because I had so
Yeah.
many cousins. And Carol, by then, because Carol got kicked out of center because Carol liked to fight. I'm just saying. Middle school, we was good. When it came to school, was the 10th grade? Carol didn't have no patience, y'all. She was on people's heads. She
Good.
was.
I don't
Literally.
think it's changed.
No. And I don't pay no attention to her. When I be like, girl, y'all hung or whatever, But that's who she is. And
Uh-huh.
so the pettiness that people find reasons love Flint more than you hate the person that's trying to do something for Flint, is
There
what
we
I'm
go.
saying. Love
There we
Flint
go.
more than you hate the person that's trying to do something. And I'm gonna tell you this, Neely, y'all know I can't get the mayor right out my mouth with him. Neely has got someone going. They done knocked on people's doors actually about four to five times in that third ward. They're going door to door. Why can't we get people to come together to knock on doors? I mean, that's just that third. If we want change that third ward.
Right.
That is what's going to change. And that
So
third
Neely had
ward,
someone going door to door for what? For
he has
what are
three
they
people going door to door in the third ward. Yeah.
campaigning
Talking to the
for?
people, campaigning
Oh,
for LaShawn.
Lush,
With
the
her
other third
endorsement
ward
this week of Liddell and Leon. I don't know if I want them endorsements, y'all, but those are her endorsements. Those are her
LaShawn, who
endorsements.
was the third ward candidate with the mini
Yep.
mug on her campaign literature.
Yeah. She needed a smile. She needed a smiley face. She
Okay.
that she's not smiling. She kind of look like
No.
I'm gonna take no stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
It looks like you're about to get a whooping after church. Nothing about that is inviting. It looks like someone else who's also going to be bullying, and I don't think that's not a
Well,
good
here's
look
the
for
thing. We
third ward
know
residents.
right now. I'm gonna tell you. I talked to a lady, and she goes to church. She called me, and LaShawn told her, "Look, girl, this how you get that money. Liddell is the money lady. You tell them that you have a house and that you got a kid that you babysit because her kids is grown, and this is I ain't gonna say alleged because this is what she told me." And she stated that um, she said with the lead program and you can get stuff done because Liddell is the money person. Girl, you got to get me in there. I'm like, so
Mm.
Beverly had reported that, well, you seen it, she put the picture up, that LaShawn is getting her stuff done. So she's telling people in this election, I'm going to help you get siding by saying you got a kid. Now, I don't know if LaShawn I think her children are grown. Don't you listen to Liddell? Look,
Right.
she
Don't do
listened to
that.
her. LaShawn, girl, don't you listen to Liddell?
Right. If her children are the
Because
two
them
that walked
people
into
telling
the
on you already.
right, if her children are the two that walked into Michael Clack's forum, those
And
were
Michael Clack had
adults.
a wonderful forum.
He did. Those were grown people, I believe.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh wow.
So, I mean, they telling on you already. The people you telling, some of them signs is coming up. They telling. So she's already aligning herself with them with an endorsement, and residents are saying she's telling them how to get the money because she got her house done. Now she better have a kid under 4, 5, or 8 in that house, because girl, they report you.
Yeah.
They report
Now we know.
you. I mean, I mean, listen,
And
I
what would
wouldn't
make
keep
her think
my.
that Liddell is the money lady? What if?
I don't know. Well,
Hmm.
look, we know that
Hmm.
Liddell will get the
What
money.
what's this money lady thing?
Look
Elaborate
here.
for us.
Well, she will get it from the businesses coming in.
Clearly, I mean, could it be
Look.
that she saw her get the 75K that she voted for herself to receive?
Well, look, we know when she cut off though, because how do they vote? Man, they jumped up out that chair so quick with Phil Schultz, Judy here in the back, and Candace told we gotta find that video where Candace lied and said no, what happened was I was in the bathroom. Girl, stop lying. Because I went back there and said, what is y'all doing? Y'all need to be in y'all seats. They was like, they were back there hiding because they didn't want to vote for Phil Schultz for the Hurley board. And they were not in the bathroom. No. They were in the hallways with their backs pressed up against the wall. Like, oh my God, what are we going to do? And I was cracking up. I should have took a picture, y'all. But you can see me in the video standing there talking to him. There's a clip that shows the video, or the video shows me talking to both of them. They were not in the bathroom. And I don't stand there and talk to myself.
Right.
So it looks like, I don't know. But anyways, yesterday's meeting, I don't know what it was, but I'm going to say shout out to my colleagues because we were all on the same page, okay? Yes. And one thing about it, when one of us is down, we got each other's back. And I'm not getting into their personal business, but there's some things that are going on in our lives, okay? And they didn't have to sit there because I could sit there, which I did. And once the meeting was adjourned, I went in. When Liddell started talking crazy, it was time to go.
That's when the fuse gets, yep.
I mean, she just kept on. So we're going to walk through this. So look, grab a cocktail, grab whatever you need. If you do gummies or whatever you do, whatever, get what you need because you're going to need it for this video. I'm just saying. This meeting energy was bad. So let's start. We're going to talk through it. Let's roll the video.
Education so that you can continue to enrich yourselves personally at the behest of your government. And this city is going through so much. So I'm going to echo everything that we find, and it's going to get really interesting because I want to make sure you saw me first. Liddell, I'm here because of you. And I'm here because of people like Candace Machette, who literally I just watched break the rules of this own governing body, because before the meeting started, they could have accepted more slips like you chose to do with the individual that's behind me to my left flank. So you all have enjoyed sifting and grifting for your community for so long without people, without the resources or the ability to find it out. I'm going to work very hard to get my friends at the DOJ to take a quick look over here in the city of Flint before I leave. And then I want to leave you with this. When I come back with the 2 buses, they're going to be coming to see you. Have a good day.
The next speaker is Rich Jones. Please hold. There are no more public speaker slips being accepted. The meeting was already started. So next public speaker, go ahead. Please have a seat, Ms. Gladys. That is your first warning. That's your first warning. Go ahead, Rich.
Mayor, before my time card start, can I ask the clerk a question? Am I the last speaker?
Could you please start his time? He's speaking.
I asked him was I the last speaker.
Please start his time.
Well, anyway, I would like for Mr. Ariel Mitchell to take my turn on the microphone.
Then you are forfeiting your time, and so that is done. Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
I'm going to stand up here, Ariel.
Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
Hello.
That is not how that happens. Davina.
What?
Davina.
My name is Ariel Mitchell.
Ariel, she didn't call your name. She called Rich Jones. We cannot transfer speaker slips. Please have a seat, Ariel. Please have a seat.
You have to beg me to have a seat. Come on, please.
Next public speaker.
Point of order. Point of order.
Yes, ma'am. What's your point?
Madam Chair, I'll be leaving this meeting. It seems as though to me this meeting is not.
That's an improper point of order. Thank you.
I'm leaving the meeting.
Speaker. Next public speaker.
Can we pause right there? So how easy would it have been just to let RL speak?
This bothers me. It really, really bothers me when they go after Ariel the way that they do. It burns me up. Like, I really would love to hear the opinion of an ADA advocate of some sort when it comes to how they treat him. It would not have hurt anyone to allow him to speak when he has his small moments where he's agreeing vocally with council people. I think he caught a warning for that twice during this meeting, or at least once, where he was trying to tell Adele, listen, you don't have quorum, someone's missing. And he was right. And I think she gave him a warning just on that. The way they treat him is...
They're nasty.
Whew.
They're nasty. So Ariel, the 10th councilman for the city of Flint. So let's go on let's keep on going.
The next speaker is Gladys Williamson.
Yeah, I know you know who I am, and I know who yous are. Yous are grifters, you're thieves, you're crummy, you're scumbags of Flint. And I won't even give you the satisfaction of calling you city council people.
Thank you. Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
There are no more public speakers.
Thank you. Seeing as how there are no more public speakers, it is now time for a council response. Is there anybody who wishes to respond during this time?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the second ward, you have the floor.
Thank you. There are so many great things that's taking place in the city. I want to encourage the residents to take a look at the Flint Second Ward Facebook page.
Madam Chair,
Councilwoman Priest, you have the floor.
I want to thank everyone who came out to the fourth ward and worked on the clean. Keep Genesee beautiful. And Nellie's Mac
Do you
Shack.
have corn or
Also,
not?
our
You
blight
have corn?
department provided,
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak during council response?
Madam Chair,
Councilman Alameen, you have the floor.
I want to take a moment to express my heartfelt gratitude to the residents of the First Ward for your continuous support. Together, we have achieved significant progress in our ward. I would like to take a moment to highlight a few of them, as well as Legal Services of Eastern Michigan for
Please
the
hold.
expungement.
Please pause this time.
Madam Chair,
What's
could you
your
please
point?
bring the audience to?
Absolutely. I would ask that the audience members would please remain from making noise while the speaker is speaking. If you would like to step into the hallway to continue your conversation, feel free. Go ahead, Mr. Alameen.
I also want to give a big shout out to everyone who came out and
Ariel,
supported our
stop yelling out.
expungement, as well as our child support clinic last Friday. We was able to help over 50 individuals get their record expunged and caught up on their child support, and so that they can move forward with their lives without worrying about being arrested. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, we'll put the meeting at ease until we can reestablish quorum.
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman.
Thank you. I definitely, I would like to compel our colleague Dennis Pfeiffer, who's standing in the door, I believe that's Tonya Burns, also in the foyer, if they could come in so we can proceed with the city's business.
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. We still have 5 people because Jonathan Jarrett is actually still in the chamber. I'm looking at him, so we can proceed with our meeting.
Oh,
I'm
thank
going to
you.
continue my council response. So I do want to commend you all for what you have going on in your wards. Congratulations to you on the Litter League.
So as soon as quorum is established, okay, yeah, well, as soon as our colleague come from back there, we can hopefully move you all toward the front so we can present you with your acknowledgments.
So, Dr. Lewis,
I got sharp teeth, Mom.
we have the Heroes presentation, and then we also have the Brownsville presentation.
Yeah.
We can do the hero presentation, can't we? If we've got 5 in the chambers, we don't have 5 in the
I
chambers.
just want to point out that
Correct. And
I wish you'd waited though.
so they were.
Madam Chair.
yes, Madam Clerk. Yes, Madam Clerk.
The council members will not be returning for this meeting.
Okay, so Madam Clerk, did you talk to the councilwoman in the fifth ward, Ms. Jerry Murphy Carter, who is in the building? Will she be returning to this meeting?
No.
Did you talk to the sixth ward councilwoman, Tonya Burns, who is in the building? Will she be returning to this meeting?
No.
Did you
Hell
talk to
no.
the eighth ward councilperson, Dennis Pfeiffer, who is in this building? Will he be returning to the meeting?
No.
Did you talk to the ninth ward councilperson, Jonathan Jarrett, who is in this building? Will he be returning to the meeting?
No.
So, council people in the fifth, sixth, eighth, and ninth ward have all refused to return to the council meeting even though they are in the building.
Candace is so trash.
Yes, they won't be
So
returning to this meeting.
And are they experiencing some sort of medical emergency to your knowledge?
That's not your
I'm sick
business.
of bullshit.
Excuse me, officer, I am trying to conduct business and Gladys Williamson is screaming out. That is your second warning. That is your second warning.
She is.
I don't need a quorum. That is your second warning. Please remove her from my meeting.
My meeting.
Don't put your hands on me. They don't have no, listen. They don't have the right to put me out.
All of those people are guilty of obstruction.
Obstruction of what?
You are not the law. You are not the law. You cannot. The justice, she is not the law. There's no quorum.
Dennis just went down the elevator.
Look at her. She's so messy. He's not in his seat.
I'm in monitoring hallway. They hall monitors.
Right.
Is my mic on? So, are they hall monitors?
Outside with
Come
the
on. I got a certificate from sixth grade. From fourth through sixth, I was a hall monitor. Stop. Don't run. Walk back.
You got your hall pass?
Person in the blue jacket. Nastiness. First of all, you have to have a quorum to have a meeting.
You have to have
They
a
didn't have
quorum.
a quorum, so it's not a meeting. She's
When you break
contradicting.
quorum, you're not handling people's business. And so we
Jump
asked,
scare. We need a warning next
please
time.
Hold on.
Just slide that in there.
Look, she is doing Shirley Chisholm a disservice. Shirley Chisholm said she want her wig back. We can proceed.
jobs. Please stay so we can acknowledge some heroes that saved some children from a burning car. And they decided not to stay, unfortunately. So if you see our colleagues
chewing that gum,
Kristen Gillibrand, your DSCC chair, and I need your help immediately.
Commercial. Listen, y'all. Look, that was an insult to Shirley Chisholm because Shirley Chisholm was she's a true heroine, and I admire Shirley Chisholm. That's that get 3 for $10, 3 for $9.99. It's kind of like you can get like the Magnum beers. You get 6 for $10. She bought that wig at the same place. She bought it at the liquor store. I'm just saying, with them t-shirts, and them socks, you can get, and the Flint
those pants.
I'm just saying, she is not a nice person. But let's finish playing. No, why is she recording? To gaslight this community. I'm not there before we say it because number one, and my colleagues weren't there either. My colleagues had left because number one, Section 3-104, as representatives of the citizens of the city of Flint, city council members are expected to conduct themselves with appropriate decorum, act respectfully with constituents. They were dragging the constituents. They were the constituents. You know, Candace ran down there like she was on the yellow brick road and grabbed the box. They said, the box is all mine. Okay, Dorothy, click your heels twice. But she took the box so nobody else could talk. And so it states, representatives of the citizens of the city of Flint, city council members are expected to conduct themselves with appropriate decorum, act respectfully with constituents. That's everybody out there, each other and other public servants. Attend to the. They didn't do that. I don't blame Jerry, Dennis, and Jonathan for leaving because there was no respect. If there's no respect being served at the table, you get up. And that's what happened. You know, there are some things that have to be done. And I was calling on the Lord last night. But let's keep on going with this. No respect was being served.
Cypher's missing, Tonya Burns missing, and also Jerry Murphy Carter is missing. Do you deserve better? We think that you do.
She thought
We're
this
here
was
in our
Halloween.
seats,
She was
Councilwoman
surely
Machette, Judy Priestley, and Councilman Leon Elamine. We're here to serve, we're here to work. But unfortunately, people's time is wasted. We have Ashley Capital here, multi-million-dollar investments in our city. People think that we're closed for business because our colleagues, they just walk out at will. So what should we do? This is where we are. So whether you are fans of any specific council person, you need to be a fan of progress in our city and a fan of youth jobs. And that is where we are. So right now we're currently waiting for our colleagues to come back so we can establish quorum, so we can move on with our special affairs meeting, and so we can move on with our council meeting. This is important. It's important to the residents, it's important to the city. We want to acknowledge Christopher Smith, LaAngel Hunter. We want to acknowledge Jalen Washington for their heroic deeds. But we can't vote on anything. We can't move forward because they went to their offices and didn't come back. The clerk went and asked them to come back, and they said that they will not be returning to this meeting. So they went outside, I guess, to protest with Jedediah Brown. I have no clue, but what I do know is that we are here. And just so you can see for yourself, Councilman L. Alameen is here. Councilwoman Priestley is here. Councilwoman Machette, she's right here, waiting to chair the meeting. We're here ready for work to show the community that funds open for business.
Okay, hold on. Now, we ain't got that video. Now, the Mitchell boys, may they rest in heaven as their mother has got a lawsuit against the city. Didn't Liddell jump out her seat right out the, not didn't she did, not alleged, she did. There's video. Now, you can't stay to have a hearing for two little black boys, but she want to make sure her pastor gets paid. Her pastor who wrote lies, well, they are the same. They both told lies on me that I had did the, the line dance. I'd had Jedediah come here. I can tell you, I wouldn't have did look, I got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's all I got, y'all. The seniors then told me to come down to the senior so they could teach me how to dance. I ain't got no, I just don't be having the time. You gotta be in the right frame of mind. And so she got up, and all we seen was the back of her Reeboks when she did not vote to have a hearing. She had the worst attendance her first year and a half. And so what she talks about is funny because her pastor talks about things that were actually, he was trying to project onto the rest of us, but were actually for her. She's difficult to deal with. Respect wasn't being served. And I was not staying where respect was not being served. So let's go on.
Perfect. Moving on to the consent agenda, what is the pleasure of the body?
Madam Chair?
Yes.
The pleasure of the body is to call a point of order. Gladys is back in this meeting, and she received 2 warnings. She should be out of this meeting.
Correct. This is not
warning,
the second
down.
meeting. Please exit.
Come on, Gladys, they said it ain't the next meeting yet. Come on back out.
Sister Audrey Muhammad was keeping tabs on her. They warning mask is good with no quorum. They're giving warnings in a meeting that's not a meeting.
Councilperson Jared, we're compelling you, please stay so we can finish our special affairs meeting. We know that you're a man of God and you say that you follow God. And so we're asking if you would do the right thing.
Beverly Biggs Levy, that is your first warning. Please stop yelling out.
We're asking if you would do the right thing and please stay for the meeting so we can acknowledge community heroes, so we can have our hearing.
Councilman Jared? Rich Jones, please stop yelling out.
Who's chairing this meeting? Can we pause it? Who's the chair? Is Liddell chairing? Is Candace chairing?
Yes.
Candace is yelling out warnings. She's doing warning math. That's your second warning. That's your first warning. And Beverly got one. Rich got one. Gladys got thrown out. And they don't have a quorum, but they think they have a meeting. And so it's not a meeting because you don't have a quorum. And here's why. Because no one's there to where you can take a vote. So no one's there to say, well, I appeal the ruling of the chair. If you get this warning, they shouldn't have been put out. Now, if they wanted to sit there foolishly, which they did for over an hour, I guess they thought they was going to wait us out. Girlfriend, look, I have water in my purse and I was ready to go. I was going to wait you out. You know, that part didn't bother me. And so the thing is, there was no meeting. They couldn't take any action because they didn't have a quorum. And this is where they don't get the rules, is they consistently and constantly break them. They need to become familiar with the charter, Robert's rules, and then these little kooky rules that they got that don't matter. Okay, and look, somebody give Chief Green a copy of Rule 32.2 in Flint City Council rules, that the only people that cannot come to the next meeting is Flint City Council members, because they didn't like the late, great Councilman Eric Mays. That rule was made just for him. Let's go on.
Don't mix pink salt and ice with these two ingredients unless you're ready for the brew.
Let me get through my commercial.
He said, let me get through my
Brazilian Zepbound effect on your body and your genes.
I guess we'll wait for Councilman Pfeiffer to come back in. I think he's waiting for the next meeting. However, there are agenda items on this meeting that we really need to get to. And so I guess since Councilman Pfeiffer is still in the building, we'll just wait for them to join this meeting. The time is now 6:03 p.m. on Monday, April 28th. I call the Special Affairs Committee meeting to a close. It is now adjourned due to lack of quorum by the 5th, 6th, 8th, and 9th council ward members.
It is 6:05 p.m. And in accordance with Section 3-201B of the Flint City Charter, I'm calling this council meeting to order. And we'll start with the roll call. Mr. Alamin?
Present.
Ms. Lewis?
Present.
Ms. Priestley?
Present.
Ms. Burns?
Present.
All right, Ms. Winfrey Carter is not in. Ms. Mashat? Mr. Pfeiffer is not in. Mr. Jarrett is not in. You have 5 members present.
All right, so we will go ahead and proceed with our blessing. So Councilwoman Burns, would you please lead us in the blessing?
Councilwoman Lewis, I will not ask God to bless this mess. No, thank you.
On the bullhorn.
All right,
Get on the
so
bullhorn.
since you will not lead us in the blessing, Councilwoman Mashat, would you please lead us in the blessing?
Madam Chair.
Oh, go ahead.
I'd like to note that the presentation was done.
Yes.
And so they
Without objection.
had to leave, and so we can't move that over because they are no longer here to receive their
I said
the
again.
presentation for the heroes. They are gone, and so we are not able to do that presentation.
Well, we can because we still have some footage and we still
Okay.
have.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I object.
You object to what?
I object to moving the items over from special affairs over to the council agenda.
Okay, that's fine. So we would just take a roll call vote
That's fine.
for moving.
So, Madam Chair, the only thing left to move would be the youth jobs is the only thing left to move.
Yes. Okay.
She mad now.
All righty. So hold on, I just want to be clear. So Ms. Burns, so you object to honoring the heroes in the city? Is that what you're objecting to as well as youth jobs?
She's so
Potato.
nasty.
She tried it.
That wig was too
She
too
tried it.
tight
Madam
on her
Chair,
head.
those are the only two items to be moved over, the youth jobs and the honoring of the heroes.
Sick of her.
I didn't hear that.
I'm sorry, I said, Madam Chair,
Mhm.
you gotta acknowledge me. I said those are the only two things left to be moved over from special affairs are the youth jobs and the honoring of the heroes.
Yes. And she said that she objects. I'm just trying to be clear on what she's objecting. Is she objecting
this is for
one, which
one
is the youth
thing.
jobs, or is she objecting both the youth
It was
jobs
one
as
thing.
well as the honoring of our heroes?
Madam Chair, didn't you say that there's no one here for the heroes? That they have left?
They have left.
Okay, well then, we don't need to move it over then.
So you object for that as well?
How many times I gotta tell you?
Maybe again. So
I object, you figure it out. That means to whatever.
Madam Chair,
The final speaker for this meeting is Beverly Biggs Levy.
okay, I don't think Ms. Biggs Levy is here. So we will go ahead and we will move on to our council response. Do we have any council members that would like to respond?
Madam Chair,
Go ahead, Ms. Burns.
I do want to speak to, before I got here, I don't know what, if Jedediah Brown was put out for a bullhorn or what, but I don't think we don't have a bullhorn ordinance. I mean, if we at ease means we're at break, it doesn't mean there's no set of rules that states for everyone in these council chambers, you gotta be sitting down, you can't talk, you can't move around. There are no rules, and we have to quit making up rules that don't exist. So when we have business that needs to be done, there is some business that has to be done when you're talking about coordinating 12 agencies to get something done. Our residents were disrespected. They're disrespected by our council members. We work for them. And business does not want to come here, and it's not because of all the council members. And the businesses are tired of the garbage too. I don't have time to do a special meeting. And it's the only reason why I stayed, because I have family members that are in the hospital. So this council needs to start serving the people and stop serving themselves. It's just not right.
Go ahead, Ms. Mashat.
thank you. So, a couple of things, because our colleague in the Sixth Ward did say that she was not here, so she didn't understand the particulars. We were not at ease. We were not in a recess. He was not put out because of a bullhorn. He actually approached the podium and was speaking, and we were not having public speaking. He was asked to sit down by the chief of police. The chief of police actually asked him to sit down, and he refused to sit down. And so the chief asked him again, he refused again. So then the chief told him he needed to leave the meeting. So it had nothing to do with a bullhorn. We weren't at ease.
Well, that got us a lawsuit filed today.
For our colleagues to come back to the meeting so that we can have the meeting.
All right, so seeing that there's no one else, I'll go ahead and take my allotted time. Just want to speak for once to our heroes, Christmas. So I would like to, again, remind my colleagues, before we move on with the Housing Commission, with with Geraldine Redmond, let's take care of the business with Billy Danzler. And then as far as St. Mark goes, the reason why they will not receive my support is because they said on the record on the Tonya Burns show that they service Grand Blanc and beyond.
Served, well, we don't ask people for their address most of the time, unless unless we're directed by the food by the Eastern Michigan Food Bank, because we try to follow the rules as best as we can. But we see a lot of 48433 area codes. We see a lot of Grand Blanc. We got all the area codes. Everybody just come around, even in Fenton. So it's a need.
All right. So with that being stated on the record, we can only support people in the city of Flint. That's why they don't have our vote. So with that being said, we're going to move on. So now we're on.
Okay, let's pause right there. So let's be clear. She did not play the entire part, but we do, however, appreciate her listening in and giving us the views and clipping our stuff. So she can next time click like, share, subscribe, and donate. Liddell, you should have plenty of extra money left, because where you shopping for your wigs at? So let's go on to the
Cash
next
App,
one.
$
Oh,
Hendrix
wait.
Studios.
Yeah, I did not see. No, that's when she was up there telling the whole press conference and lying. And yeah, she did. She was taking pictures of my phone when they was doing that little press conference. And no, what you won't do today is lie today, not to the, no, you won't. And so, I do want to say, you cannot at any of the help centers, do they turn you down? Because the money comes down from the federal government as part of their contract. You cannot tell people, they don't even ask none of them. Well, I think Mother Jones does or was trying. You can't turn people down. I work up to the Bethel one. If you come through that line, you need food. You don't demean them by asking them. You don't do that. That is part of their agreement. I have worked the lines many, many, many times over the years for the water, for the food, and dealing with the people. You don't, matter of fact, they didn't ask her where she lived when she took up, when Liddell Lewis went through the line. They didn't say, hey, Liddell, who you getting that food for? Show me their ID. Now, you won the whole line yourself, but telling people that's in her second ward, look, she don't like Pastor Thompson, and neither does her crony Cash Kitchen Judy. She don't like him. Judy will not put the two resolutions that would be passed, pass all three together. Jerry Wilfred Carter has consistently said that. Jonathan Jarrett has said that. Dennis Pfeiffer has said that. And I have said that. Pass all three. This community is going hungry. Y'all, St. Mark, this is their last week. There is no money for them to feed the community. Now, if this makes bad wig wearing Liddell happy, you're letting your community in your ward star because you lack the will. Judy, you lack the will. Leon lacked the will. They lack the will to feed the community. Who else? Who else is on there? Judy, Candace, you too.
Yep.
They should be ashamed of themselves. So they run out of it. So if that pleases those demonic spirits in them, be pleased. This is the last week that St. Mark can feed the community. They don't have the funds to go first. The sad part is we have got hundreds of thousands of dollars, and these women will not vote yes. We can feed the communities on the east side, the two centers, and then the St. Mark. And people are hungry. Food is high. You want something? Miracle Whip in one little store, $8.99, $5.99. Look, and you can't get Miracle Whip is made out of eggs. Eggs is high. I went over my aunt's house. You know when you at the rich aunt house, how she got 4 dozen eggs in her refrigerator next to champagne.
Yeah, you do. And not to mention, they also passed $270,000 for Greater Holy Temple Kojic. So they're discerning who needs to be within Flint to feed.
Nancy Adams remark up.
But so they're passing money for others that don't reside in Flint. So I'm not understanding what the issue.
Read Nancy Adams' remark, could you? Sheena.
My husband and I have worked the food lines many times. They don't even ask where they are from. And they shouldn't. They're not supposed to. You're not supposed. I've never had to ask. You just give the food. Mm-hmm. You speak, you say hello, you hug in many opportunities and connect with those people, and that's just what it is.
Say it again. And look, they have good stuff, and they're not just giving you stuff that's not good. Thank you.
He has
to be like, look, can your girl get a blunt? But I don't. But it is my pleasure to serve my community, because that's what you're a public servant. And so the thing is, they run out of money, and people are fighting with other crazy stuff. And you got people who saying St. Mark will not have the money as of next week to feed the community.
Well, actually, tomorrow is potentially
the last time.
The last food. It is tomorrow.
So this is it.
Is the last. This is it. So at St. Mark Outreach, they will have food distribution tomorrow, and it's most likely the last one. So because the funding is they have not received the funding. It's been declined how many times now?
Listen, I done told Pastor Thompson
Well, since
he ain't even got to
November.
come, and we're gonna put his video up afterwards. Yeah, I
Okay.
quit counting after 4, but it's been probably like 10
It's
because
probably
it's
more than that,
pleasure.
right?
No, you let the
No.
community stop. I'm sorry. And there is no nice way to say. I'm trying to channel my mother, but my daddy is coming through, and it's just
It's
really
okay.
not.
We gave the disclaimer already. It's okay.
And the thing is, when Judy doesn't know how much that we have. Judy Priestley is willing to let her ward go without food because her alliance with Liddell Lewis. Where's that Trish dances? Where are these people who live in Judy's ward? She's not willing. She is letting her ward go hungry because she does not want to go against Liddell. She don't want to go against Liddell. I could give a damn about Liddell if I'm gonna feed my ward. And anybody else, let me just say that. I don't have them kind of allegiances or ties that I'm not gonna do it because Liddell told me not to. And she was channeling her Shirley
She
Chisholm
has no
wig.
backbone.
No.
She has no backbone.
She has none. There's no way I would do that. The community is hungry. Judy is the finance chair. She terrible, 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 terrible. She will not let them. So we actually, what was it, 600,000? Well, no, I don't know. My computer isn't here.
The computer's never there. She never has any idea what the numbers are.
It's over $500,000, and all we need is 150,000 to feed 3 of them. Okay, that's all we saying. And it should be. I mean, they so willing to give up their power. They don't understand. There's an executive branch and legislative branch. They don't understand that they are not the executive branch. They let Mayor Neely drag the city council, talk about the city council like a dog, and they are the president and vice president. They got to be dumb and dumber that they keep allowing him to drag this council, which means their leadership. Because underneath their leadership, they cannot bring the consensus. And he dogged them. But what's that? You're going to get on call to the mayor's office. They look forward to that, to doing photo op. It's silly to me. People look at your work, your work in the community when you have the opportunity to do something, but not the will. He drags this council underneath their leadership, and he needs to. It's the stupid thing. He ain't bright either. Because for him to do it, he's diminishing their credibility, going after their character to where they're on the council too. Why can't Liddell and Candace bring the council together? When you talk about the council, it's the whole council. They're the leaders, but that's why you're separate. She's not trying to work with her colleagues. Judy is too damn scared to vote all 3 to feed the community. She ain't missing no meals.
Let me ask you a question. Going back to the expectation of who should bring the council together. Why do you think so much weight is put? And this is just my opinion, from my view, from watching Flint for years, and ever since the passing of the late great Reverend Bishop Honorable Eric Mays. Why do you think so much pressure is put on you in particular to bring the council together and to do certain things?
For who?
For you.
I get blamed for everything.
You get the blame, but then you get the glory. But it's like
everything.
But it's like, why is the expectation just?
I don't know, and I do take a lot of calls, and there's a lot of things with me working behind the scenes. And let me be clear, Tonya Burns does not have a nonprofit. Tonya Burns has not taken anything monetarily if any of these nonprofit not happened. Just has not happened. Why? So I keep my voice independent. Haven't taken a dime from Ashley Capital. Share with everybody when he asked me, well, is it something that your ward need? My answer was no. There were 3 people sitting there, Papa Jared, Effie Baby Boy, AC Dumas, Arthur Woodson, and Mike Davis was there. We were all sitting there, and I told him, no, thank you. That's when I found out about the lawnmower, when I found out about the $1,800 check, and they sent me the copies of the checks. So to insinuate that Tonya Burns is taking some, and fuck them, and I mean that, okay? Don't do that
Y'all
to
better
my. I
stick
don't
to the
do that.
rivers and the lakes that y'all are used to.
That part.
Leave it,
Right,
let
and
it
I'm
alone.
sick of the mess because I don't have an. I don't. I support what they're doing, and I'm the one who gave back the sign so that they could put the sign of the Oak Park. They're going to what do you call it? Revitalize it. I gave back the North and Baker Street sign, and
Yes,
then
I was
yeah,
thinking
and
that,
then the
yeah.
Oak Park sign where they're gonna, do it into some new thing because I care about my community. What you won't see, Tonya Burns is in an orange jumpsuit, and I don't do that. Ashley Capital has not given me any. And then let me take it a step further. And I don't have no bag man or no bag woman who gonna grab the bag for me. So I don't have that. Okay, I don't. Not at all. Period. So they need it. I'm really at the point with I think usually I'm the calm one and not Carol. I think I'm a little bit more frustrated because there's so much going on right now that people,
There's a
you
lot.
never know what's going on in somebody's life
You don't.
when you decide to try to test them. You really, really don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. So I don't have no nonprofit. Never took a dime from any, no. And as far as Ashley Capital, there's deadlines. So when we're talking about race or trust, and watch Arthur Woodson's live from today. He explains. He was begging people to go. I have been to, matter of fact, Ashley Capital, the day that we found out about the checks, we were at a race or trust meeting about the environment, about the sites, and it was cleaning up the site. We were at Metropolitan Church at a race or trust. What you don't see is any of these people who got all this. Liddell ain't there, but none of the meetings. Who's at the meetings? Candace ain't none of the meetings. They're not there. So when I make an informed and educated decision, it is because I've done my due diligence and I'm doing my damn job.
You are doing your
I'm
job with
doing
no
my damn
overtime
job. But
pay.
look, any of them can call me up. If you got something to say, call me up. Call me up. Be a woman, call me up and have a conversation. You know where I'm at. So all this little stuff that they doing, stop the bullshit. I'm sick of it. I'm sick
We
of it.
all
And I
are.
don't have time for it. Now
Mm-hmm.
that deadline was a deadline because when the ground is frozen and certain things have to be done, everything has to match.
Mm-hmm.
And when you don't know the story, people need to stop making, let me tell my own damn story. Let me tell my own story.
Right.
You get sick of the mess that's going on.
Yeah, it's continuous and it doesn't stop. I mean, even when we
Oh,
talk, it's like I can call you just to ask you how, and you can just hear it. It's like some weight. And I'm like, what's wrong? And it's something new. And the weight that you carry with what you take care of in your ward is just like, oh my gosh. I mean, you
and it
literally
ain't
will
even just
have
my ward. They
no, and it's
call
not
me
just
from
your
all over.
no. Yes, they do.
Yeah, and I've had, I don't know how many calls these phones have went off. I got 3 phones, and no, I don't sell dope, but I do want to give hope. But but you just get tired, and I'm dealing with things that I will smack a heifer, and that's where I'm at. I am so there because it's so much when you're trying to do good things for the community. And by the way, some of the good things today that came out the community is, look, we got a home for House of Esther. Bless it. God be speaking. Y'all ain't gonna stop my
Yes.
blessings for this
Ooh,
community.
y'all just
So
don't
House of
know.
Esther, we got some things that I'm gonna get into that. I can tell it's some things that is moving.
Oh
When you
yeah.
are a
It's it's I was in tears today.
and
I
that's so
was
we got
at the gas station in tears.
when you work for the community and what you do, I don't just run my mouth. I work my resources and I don't take money. I don't do it. And that's what that way I'm able to have conversations with individuals, and a lot of them may be the philanthropic donors, and I can speak to them. My name ain't on none of them streets. They name on these streets and areas. And they're one on one because I can tell them what Flint really needs. I share with them what Flint needs without me being compromised. And then to wait on the back end, and I got a call yesterday, had a meeting today, got another one on Friday, and I'm gonna tell it to y'all on Saturday. How we working to
Oh,
change, not
it's
for
going to be
just our youth,
awesome.
working to
Yes.
change for those pregnant teens with the House of Esther that I've been fighting for, that Mayor Weaver had a room for. And I'm gonna put Quincy Murphy, because Quincy Murphy was against me. He was against me with that. And then he came around in the end. And he was like, 'cause my mama did that room. And his mother had a whole room in there. And then, y'all, the building is straight trash. It's terrible now. They done burnt the building up, stripped it. And so that now that when I could not wait to call Yvonne and say, hey, today, look, I called Pastor Rowan first. And this is dealing with people, people, oh, she's what do you call it? What's a white lover or whatever? No, I love people and love my community. So for those who would choose to call, say it to my face, say it to me, okay? Because we get these keyboard heroes and all of this. Y'all know where I'm at.
Thumb
Y'all know where
thugging.
I'm at. And
Thumb
so,
thugging. Yeah.
and so to get that, I could not wait. And I called Pastor Rowan, but then I had a 4:00 meeting. Then I had some other calls that came in that I had to take care of.
Lord,
And so when I
I damn near
finally
gotta
sat down,
schedule an appointment just to
yeah,
talk to her, y'all. Oh my.
and I think I was on the phone with you, and then I had to get off. And in between that, me getting off with you before we make sure we sent Landon stuff, because I didn't respond to Landon because I didn't have no time. I'm sorry, Landon. I wasn't dissing you. Your
Landon,
girl was just busy. I
She was
was
busy. I was
just
busy. It was a
busy.
lot.
And so to be able to say to her, we got a place that we can do probably 8 to 10 young teenage moms. So your program in the city of Flint.
Y'all, don't tell
So
them
when God come
everything. You
through with
gotta
a
save some of
blessing
it.
like that,
Yes. It's so,
I was like,
y'all.
oh my God, I was crying. And
I know
when
I
you
was.
when
I
you
teared up.
celebrate what God can do. Now, what we need to do for those who are not doing, the community has got to start coming together for us. Because a lot of things we don't talk. You don't know some of the stuff when I talk to my other 3 colleagues. I'm not talking to the other ones. I know what's going on. I know, and I pray for the entire council. That I do. I do. But I know what's going on in their lives. There's some things that we just don't share, but know that we are working for the good of the people, and that we literally go through everything when we're up there. And it is you know who gonna ask certain numbers, who gonna ask certain. We all do a role, and we are for what's right. When it's a resolution, it's for the people. It's for the people. We not shooting down nothing. Now we gonna break them apart. Like, we got community block grant coming up. They're not gonna get me again this year with those bundled 70. Not this year. Breaking them down. And so
Yeah.
my
So
thing is, y'all, when I call Yvonne, and I was able to tell her this news. Oh my God. We both, like, it was because she fought so hard. She came week after week, month after month for over a year, 2 years, and it kept turning her down with ARPA funds. They get everybody else money, turned her down. We had Mike Davis, who was buying the building, who said, "Hey, I got the 100. Y'all want 78,000? Okay, I'm gonna pay that." Then they said, "Okay, it's 108,000." He said, "I'm gonna pay that," and they didn't want that. They just wouldn't sell the building. The building now, ride by it on Pearson Road, y'all. The windows is gone. It's black soot and smoke out on the bricks. They stole everything. And
but do you
I
see
got
how God works?
and it's God's time, because
Do
how
you
this
see
is
how?
coming together,
Do you
it's
see
gonna
how
be
God
awesome,
works?
y'all.
All the things that they fought to keep and hold on to that was taken
Yeah,
away, and look what they are being repaid
they
tenfold.
are. Yeah,
When
and
you
that
wait
part.
on God's timing, that's not what they say. When you want to make God laugh, you tell him your plans, baby. Oh, this
And
is
it's
when
so
he
much
puts.
bigger.
It
It's
is
so much bigger.
so much bigger.
It's some
God says,
forever
"Listen, you want to
homes.
be funny? I'm gonna make it hilarious."
That
And
part.
I love it when he gets to laugh out loud at his expense. It
It
always,
is.
it's just,
And this
it's
community needs that.
beautiful.
This is
They
bringing.
do.
It's
This
so
is going
much
to
to bring
be
the old,
amazing.
the unborn, the unborn babies, the
Yes.
children, the seniors, to bless this. Y'all, Listen.
I can't believe
I'm just saying. So I was so full, so that anything that had happened earlier, y'all, I did not care, and there's a lot that is going on, and I ain't even told my mama yet. I ain't had time to talk to my mom or my dad, but because I've been so busy. And
I
so
hope that they listen on Saturday so that, you know what, when you hear the amazing news and when she gathers all of her facts and information, I hope that instead of trying to find ways to throw negativity, that they figure out where can they get in to fit in instead.
and I hope that too.
I would really hope that would be the way. You see something, this, I cannot imagine this being lobbed as a negative, but
this is
find a way, but still, but I just think this is.
What comment? I thank you, JP6. So my mama sent me this morning, because I couldn't talk to her. I was in the meeting. But she sent me, my mama and Carol mama, listen, I'm going to tell y'all, listen, I love my aunties. I do. But listen, they will beat you with the Bible. I got that crazy person that was calling, read the Bible to them. No, I want to cuss. And so my mother sent me this morning at 7:44 a.m. Play that in the lottery, y'all. Y'all know how we do with Black folks. Good morning. God bless you. I love you. Read Proverbs 15 and 18. Have a blessed and wonderful day, baby. So your day gonna be good when your mama's sending you a message. Yeah, and so my day is, I ain't even had a chance to tell her the good news. Look, mama, we gonna have us a little wine day. I go up with the little glasses and we drink the wine. Oh, no, I wasn't supposed to say that. Too late, it's out there. We gonna celebrate. So let's finish. I'm sorry, y'all, for deviating. Sorry, y'all. So, but y'all just wait. I can't wait to tell y'all all this good news. So, anyways, so let's finish up this. I don't know, what do we call it, the horror show? Because this meeting was terrible. Let's finish it up.
Yeah.
Funds for St. Mark Missionary Baptist Church.
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
Make a motion to send 240548, St. Mark's Missionary Baptist Church Community Outreach Center Food Access and Support System to council.
Okay, that's in proper motion. The proper motion is to reconsider.
For reconsider. Thank you. For reconsideration.
Absolutely, my pleasure to help. Any support for that? All right, seeing there's no support, that reconsideration fails. So now we will move on to the consent agenda. What's the pleasure of the body?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Ms. Priestley.
We'll stop more round of food this week.
There's a motion to approve the consent agenda. Is there any support? All right, and supported by the councilwoman in the 7th Ward. Our councilman in the 1st Ward, he stepped out for a restroom break. So we will remain at ease until he returns.
Once you try a comfort hoodie, you can't go back to regular hoodies. They're slightly weighted, super oversized. It's that
comfort.
All
I
right.
wanted to order from them.
So we are looking to vote to pass the consent agenda with any separations, and that also includes the presentation of minutes. Roll call, Madam Clerk. With any corrections for the minutes.
That's part of the consent.
Ms. Mashat.
Madam
They weren't separated.
They weren't. Yeah, you.
Point of order, I guess. The minutes were not separated. They're part of the consent agenda.
Right, but she also has to say to
Oh.
put the corrections.
Yeah, but we're voting on the
A
consent.
point of order. You didn't ask.
What is your
You
point?
didn't ask for any separations.
Oh.
They thought
Are
they
there
was gonna
any
get that
separations?
agenda slid
Yes,
through.
there are.
Not
Okay.
today.
Let's separate the entire agenda.
All right, so the entire agenda has been separated. Anyone else in the second round?
And they done
All
made
right,
the residents
so
wait.
we are going to call for the vote for tapology. However, we're going to pause and stand at ease until our colleagues come back from the restroom, since we're only down to 5 members that chose to stay for the meeting.
She's still taking shots.
That's
So we had topology. Candace went to the bathroom.
Why would
I
she
was
say
out
that,
in the
like, out
audience.
loud?
I had already told him I was leaving. And there's somebody had a video. She's like, well, do what you gotta do. So I don't know whose videos sent me.
All right. So, Ms. Burns, so we're ready to proceed.
This shit, man, look.
Ms. Burns, we're ready to proceed.
You too?
Ms. Mashat was in the restroom, Mr. Mitchell, and that is your warning. You will stop yelling out.
That's the shit I'm talking about. I can't.
Hold on, let's stop right there. Sheena, you got the flow.
Look, that's the shit I'm talking about right there. Because why would you? He was acknowledging the fact that there was no quorum, that she wasn't being fair to those on council and who were on the floor. He's saying this out loud. I get tired of them treating Ariel like he doesn't have good sense. Ariel has damn good sense. I don't care what anybody says. He has damn good sense. You know, when
he absolutely does.
When he is very much so aware of everything that's happening. And the way that he speaks, I know that for many, because I have a special needs child, so I understand when their brain starts jumping into different areas, and it's almost like one giant puzzle. The puzzle piece is fixed, and they match. But yeah, you kind of have to adjust some things to understand. But that man is very much so aware of what's happening, and he knows that he's not being treated fairly, but there's no advocate to speak up on his behalf because he knows they're not going to understand him. They're not going to take him seriously. That really pissed me off when he was talking directly to her to say, hey, this is a problem, this is wrong. She burns me up with that. I wish there was like an ADA advocate of some sort to come into the meetings and at least sit with him that pisses me off so bad.
We can't do everything by ourselves. And so if there's someone out here who would like to look into that, or even contacted the ACLU, because y'all know we don't be getting no real legal services. Yeah, look, my best friend is my attorney.
Mine too, my cousin. And that guy in New York. That's the sad part. Like, my attorneys are my friends. Like,
right. You know, that's the thing. You know, because there's so much shiggity that happens here that you can't believe it. So Ariel is mistreated. They lash out at him and they take out their lack of control on him because they are, I don't have a nice word for them, but they're picking. They're picking.
They are, and they're being bullies. Because they know that they have a what they perceive as a weaker target. I don't. And I tell people all the time, our people who are neurodivergent, it's not them that's the problem. It's us, to me. Us as the neurotypicals. They're not the issue. They're going to say what's on their mind. They're going to speak it honestly, and however you take it is how you take it. Most of us want to be that way without any kind of, you know what I mean? So it's just the way that they treat him is so, it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. And as a mom of a special needs child who has flourished through services that we have here in South Carolina, it burns me up to see that there isn't anyone who speaks out for him, because I've had to speak out for my child and other children. I've had to step into that role. So I know what that looks like for a parent of a child who English may not be their first language, or they may not know. We're a city of transplants. A lot of us aren't from here. So I've navigated some of these spaces and I've made friends with people in certain areas where I can reach out and say, hey, can we get this taken care of? I just wish that there was someone else or something or a way to, in Flint, I'll have to, and if anyone else knows, of course, like she said, if you could figure that out, that'd be great. But I'm going to definitely look into figuring out ADA advocacy for it, because there are people who get paid to do that.
Yeah. And so if you can do that, or you or anyone else, because listen, we do not have staff. Landon is over here trying to tell me, so he's going to give me a discount for $20 an hour for an administrative assistant. I keep telling him, Landon, this is Flint.
Are you sure you want that job? I'm going to need you to think long and hard about it. Because if I can't talk to her but 10 minutes at a time before that phone rings, and she putting me on hold and muting and all this, and then I've got to call her back. Today, literally,
At
I
1
got off the
o'clock in the
phone with
morning,
her.
like, hey, girl, because you ain't nobody
She'll text me,
call.
you up? Yeah, what's up?
Do
Okay, so
that.
listen, let me run this by you real quick. Okay, look. And we'll be up till 3, 4. I'm not
That
even
is true.
joking.
That is true. Stephanie, well, she ain't up real late. She be like, okay, girl, I'm going to sleep. Carol be calling. What's up? You know,
Me, hello.
like it's, because that is the least time that my phone rings. So let's go on to, they need to treat RL better. So can we finish?
Baby, sorry, yeah, that's my
No, we fine. We just take it for to get through this one video.
Lord, we still got more.
Tasha said, oh my,
All right,
that's
Ms.
late.
Burns, we're trying to
Burns.
proceed. We can call Mr. Arnold up if need be. We're at requesting that you please take your seat so we can proceed with the meeting. What should I do?
Oh, here, do what you got to do. That's where she said it at. What you gonna do? I'm over it with them.
I will be leaving this meeting because you are nasty and rude.
And according to Section 3-103,
Arbor Club for Tapology. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
She didn't even ask if there was discussion. So she didn't even do it right. She should have asked, is there any discussion?
Priestley?
She didn't do that. I don't even think she asked to send it to council. Or, is there a motion? I don't think she did. Because everybody went to the bathrooms.
Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
So she didn't even do that right.
No.
The vote is 4 yes, 0 no. So that is not sufficient vote for a quorum. Ms. Burns was at her designated seat when we first initiated the roll call, but she decided to leave the meeting for reasons unbeknownst to doing the business of the city.
No, my reason said because she was nasty and rude.
After separating the entire.
After she separated the entire agenda, Ms. Burns broke quorum and left the meeting, so we cannot finish any of the city's business.
Time I was going to take
Let's talk about the difference between story and how you tell the story.
Oh, that's right, because we in AK Coles. Yeah, we got to decide. We know. Okay. Okay. You got all these damn commercials in here. Okay, go. They could have made $2 on it. We're going to talk, bro. And we're going to talk about that picture you put on the front of that video, too. Oh, got me looking. AK Cole. That's why he sent me a happy text this morning. Hey, Tonya, how you doing? I hope you like how that picture looks. Screenshot where you look crazy. It's all good. It's all good. Get your money, AK. Because I think we get all them commercials in Jedediah's too. So he got a bunch of commercials too. So look, get y'all money. As Angie Stone said, my black brother. Right. Okay. All right, let's finish up. Because look, now they're going to go on to drag us. So let's go. Oh, that one is. Let's go on to. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, we are going to go. You can just put one up. Oh, now let's go to where Jedediah. Y'all, this was some. I'm not. Chief Green he should have did this. I don't like the way he did this. So setting that up, this is Jedediah. I think that's at the point I gave the timestamp where he was getting his behind thrown out by Chief Green. Did we show the part with the podium? I don't know if I did. Okay. This is when he's getting put out. So let's play the video. Thank you, Landon. I can pay you minus $19.99. We only pay shut off notices.
Philip, I'm going to put you on the spot now. Don't you want to inbox me so we can figure out how? I agree. There ought to be some training for dealing with neurodivergent mobility issues. I'm sorry, y'all. Go ahead. I'll chat with him in the chat. We can go forward. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, give him a chair right there.
No, I'm in the chair.
He get out the building. Why do we have to leave the building? Why does he have to leave the building? Why does he have to leave the building? I don't obey your command, man. You literally skipped on me. You know you can't do that. Videotape them. Videotape them.
You can't do that, right? Let's go.
They told him to leave because he had got on the mic and spoke, and then he told them everybody he needed to leave the building. Why? He can come back to the next. Y'all can come back to the next. He can come back to the building. And he told him that he can't leave. He told him he can't have a bull in. He told him he can't have a bull in. I've been put out of the courthouse before. This is what they do. This is what they do. This is what they do. I got a son on Mac, and this is what the fuck they do. I got a son right now going through something, and this is what they do. This don't make no sense. That's why I'm You better calm down. Get out of the building. Let's go.
You can't touch him. Don't touch him. Do not 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 touch him. Stop putting your hands on him. I will be coming in with you guys. I will be coming in with you. I will be coming in with you.
Chill out, Greg. You're doing too much now.
You ain't that. So I am under the threat of arrest. Excuse me, because if I'm not under the threat of arrest, I choose. Hold on. Okay, this is why you get out of this building. Am I under the threat of arrest?
He touched him, y'all. You ain't touch him again.
Oh yeah.
Why?
Thank you.
Why does he have to get out of the building?
Stupid. That's the most incompetent police chief I ever met in my life.
Under the threat of arrest if I don't leave the building. Somebody push the button to get.
Incompetent as hell. Y'all literally think y'all get away with so many rights violations that you just think you can do it. Anybody don't. Huh? They said the big dog.
We need order in the meeting.
What kind of order you
It wasn't disorder. They didn't have quorum. They didn't have quorum. You had every right to be moving around.
After you.
No.
Get off the elevator.
After you.
Get off the
elevator. I don't want you
elevator.
behind me. I don't feel
Get off the elevator.
Come on. Come on. I can move with the reasonable time. Don't touch me no more.
Get off the elevator.
Don't touch me.
Get off the elevator.
That I mean.
Get off the elevator.
I admit that.
Get off the elevator.
Touch me.
Get out the building.
That ain't how this works.
Get out the building and you'll get arrested with disorder.
Touch
Get out of the
me.
building.
Oh, you
Get out of the building.
Thank you. I keep on going to do that. This ain't no problem. I can leave. But bro, you better know for a fact I'm not them. You're not gonna punk me like that.
This is a terrible look.
Huh? He don't know what he really don't know what he just did, but I thank you for this. Civil rights violation, idiot.
You welcome.
Idiot. Oh, so yeah, Neely, that mad now. You don't even want to know how to be the police. You are a clown, bro. Neely, that mad now. When I do something, right? But I'm not the one you gonna punk like you. Welcome, my mom. Remember that. I'm outside. Remember. Okay.
Get out of the building. Get out of the
I'm not in the building.
You step back in
I have to
there.
say
You
where
going
I'm
to jail.
at.
I'm
Not
going
to
to
say
tell
what
you
the fuck
that.
I want to say where I'm at. Now take your
The young lady just died last week. Or this past week.
Because I know how this works, clown.
He's
And on my mama,
trash.
good job, stupid. Good job, stupid.
Yeah, what about?
Good job, stupid.
When they put
You know you fucked up. It's your oath, not what the mayor tells you. You know you fucked up.
Well, thank you for the that is Jedediah's Flint I can't think of that's Jedediah's. Y'all go on here, you can see the full video. He had it on last night. Yeah. Investigate and advocate. And you know, he wasn't issued a ticket. So I think I don't know if that was Chief Green said, I'm just throwing you out, don't come back. But he should have wrote a ticket. I mean, it's an Open Meetings Act violation. If he was disorderly, while meeting was at ease, meeting was at ease. You cannot take action. You can't warn anybody because then you have to be able to appeal it. Why appeal the ruling of the chair? Which means you have to have a quorum. There was no quorum. So there's the balance of it. Chief Green does not know, and he needs to educate his officers. It's his responsibility. I'm not even blaming the officers. It's his responsibility. He doesn't know. I mean, you ain't gotta like Jedediah, and Jedediah is may not be a lot of people's cup of tea. But this the same thing happened to Arthur Woodson. And y'all, the judge threw it out and said they were wrong. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. If he was disorderly, which he couldn't be because we weren't in a meeting, you can't give I don't even know that he gave a warning at the podium. And so there was no quorum. So we are lawsuits are up to here. Y'all, let me use the hand. I got more fingernails on. Up to I got phone in this hand, y'all. So up
Philip
to
Johnson.
here, then you don't. This is why we got him. So Chief Green, this I need the mayor to make him pay for this lawsuit, like he was making maids and garnishing his wages. Chief Green needs to do that.
He does.
He needs to make him pay because there was no quorum. You cannot give a warning because you don't have. We're at ease. At ease means you do what you want to do. And I don't know where they sit down in your chair like they are nobody's children. You don't have children and these are grown folks that you're talking to.
That's correct. You have Philip Johnson. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was trying to answer his. Philip Johnson had a question about there's so much going on with Flint. The list is long. What is Mr. Brown coming to help with? Well, his initial reason for being here revolved around Miss Beverly Biggs' campaign for the 3rd Ward seat. He made a promise to her to see her through it. But as issues compounded and once he arrived, and it's kind of now it's become bigger than just that. It's just he came to focus on an issue and then it became so much more once he realized, okay, wait, just to help her, there were so many obstacles in the way. Because again, you got to fight the different factions that are anti each other. Then you have to fight, the council members. Then you're trying to fight against just all these different areas of Neely was a block when he got here trying to get the billboard situated. And he was kicked out because his billboards weren't placed. Then they took his money. Then that became something else. So it's compounded. And yeah, so the initial reason was to assist Beverly Biggs, if I'm not mistaken from listening to his lives, was to help Miss Biggs during her campaign because he actually came here that was his reason for visiting the last time, if I'm not mistaken. And then he wanted to fulfill his promise.
Yeah, and I think as he's getting here, he's seeing the levels of different things because there was the controversy when he went to the church with that bullhorn. But then they wanted to talk off camera. He stated the fact that Liddell is worried about everybody else's water bill. Girl, pay mine. I've always said, look, I'm making payments. I'm doing with everybody else because I have very real bills. Okay, but I need but she did say
a lot of layers.
Was her $1,800 water bill? Was she pretend? Now, how was her water on when residents can't get theirs on in their name? She has not made any payment arrangements for that one. Then her pastor Jedediah had put up that the pastor of Cathedral Faith owed $9,400 and something. But she want to go on there and say, if other council members, I have a payment arrangement. Do you have one, and does your pastor have one?
Right. So her pastor not only made homophobic remarks, which she admonished you all for supporting Beverly Biggs, but she also admonished you for this unpaid bill. But her and her pastor also have unpaid water bills.
Yeah, but that part. But listen, what about that Verizon wireless cell tower with the crosses on it?
Yes, and my Verizon bill is $350, so I know he getting a nice check.
Listen, that it says personal property. So Jedediah is kind of pulling back the layers of things and saying, hey, y'all have some levels of some corruption here that if you are Neely's favorites, you get some favoritism. But listen, they can go pay my water bill because I'm out here advocating for my city and doing stuff. Look, I'm making payments. I'm doing what I can do. But what I ain't doing, because if I'm getting all these kickbacks, I would have been paid the balance off.
Right.
So I would have. So I'm doing what every other, but not every, what other residents are doing, trying to make it. I know I have a skill set that I can help my city. And there are some things that need to be done. So if I'm doing all this taking money, I mean, come on, y'all. I spend more money on attorneys than anything right now.
He said he won't be going.
Look, you $20, they $650 an hour, okay?
Nancy,
Okay.
did he go live?
And then they negotiate the rate down. I'd be like, you know what? Y'all know I'm doing good. I'm working for my community. They be calling me, telling me, I'd be like, was you gonna call me today? No, I was gonna call you tomorrow because Friday is date night with your wife. Get something to write with. We got work to do, Tonya. They know about stuff I don't even tell them sometimes. And so that is the truth. So, when we talk about that, I think as he's peeling back the layers, people are talking to him and exposing things. He didn't expect all of this.
No, he did. He did. Even when he got here, he watched his initial videos, and I told you that I was like, there's almost like this shock in his face because he's like, wait, whoa. What is this about? This. Yeah, you can almost see the wheels turning of him, like trying to figure out. I came here for a campaign, but I'm getting bombarded with like what's going on. You could tell he was a little bit like he was taken aback.
Well, Liddell paid for landscaping, a cement driveway, and a privacy fence. Professional landscaping. Why she still got that water bill? Girl, you can't shame me because I'm trying to help people with their water bills, keep them in their homes, help them with home repairs. Okay, the real things that this community needs. Now, I'm not lying in my pockets, and I'm not calling for my nonprofit through the philanthropic donors and asking them to keep donating to my cause. Liddell, that's what you're doing. Okay, I'm not doing that. Okay. And if anybody got any problems with my water bill, I have told the water department, don't stop anybody from paying off my water bill. Listen, anybody can feel free to go down and pay it off. So otherwise, I'm gonna keep making my payment arrangements. Okay. That's what I'm gonna do. So I ain't got time for that. So the Chief Green thing was disturbing because he did put his hands, and there have been people who said, well, that's assault. He can't do it. He did not write him a ticket. He did not write him, tell him what he had did. He just threw him out, and that's a violation of the open meetings.
There was a police car outside it was still running.
Okay. It's a violation of the Open Meetings Act. You can't do that. So that's that one. So let's go on to what you had a couple clips. Oh, she had the one, was it 4 minutes?
I did. I had a couple of clips.
So I think when you go to, just let us know when you're ready, Landon. When you go to putting your hands on it, people are saying, I think someone had counted 3 times, let the people talk. The people were denied to talk. They don't want to hear from the people. They don't look up when you come near. They don't look up. They treat you like you don't matter. They don't matter. And so my thing with them, and I get the people, and I get are you ready? Let's hit it. Maestro.
Support candidates that use homophobic slurs. Candidates that use homophobic slurs. The councilman in the 8th ward said they will not support candidates that use homophobic slurs. And so this is something that we want to make sure that we stand by. When we had our 3rd ward candidate, when she came up to the lectern and she began to make negative comments. Is this the kind of behavior that we want to see on this body? Is homophobic comments okay for some and not others? We have to be consistent on what we stand on. So if you stand for chaos, if you don't want chaos, we should not support that kind of behavior. And consistently, Ms. Biggs Levy brings negativity and bad rhetoric to our meetings. No one should be called a derogatory name. No one should be told that their parents should be ashamed of them. No one should be told those things. No one should be slandered from that lectern from someone that would like to take this seat. We're talking about how we want to move the city forward. We can't move forward with someone that is consistently using rhetoric to set us back. That's not okay. We can't move forward with someone, the same individual, that's bringing unnecessary chaos. When you bring them to order, they continue to yell out. And it's troubling to hear my colleagues continue to say the same name when this person continues to convey the same bad behavior. This is not the kind of representation that Flint deserves. This is not the legacy that Councilman Murphy would like to see. This is not the kind of legacy that I trust Mr. Green and the other residents in the third ward that they want to see. If they do, it's fine. You let them vote for it. But again, according to our council rules, we can't appoint someone that consistently breaks council rules. We cannot do that. And in good faith, I will not do that. So as Ms. Levy continues to be disruptive, as she continues to use homophobic slurs that violate rules, I can't support that.
You can't look. Y'all quit sitting here in church without the baptism in the Holy Ghost.
This is her pastor. This is
Because if you got the Holy Ghost, you can tell
Bishop
that some of these preachers y'all listening to are gay. They just fired one from a church around here the other day. I said they should have never hired him. He's gay. They should have voted him out. He been gay. He was gay when they hired him. He was gay when y'all fired him. Went in there ripping TVs off the wall, having a little tantrum. These folks gay. This ain't no time to be playing like this over the Lord's people. Sitting up under these folk who, look, a man pastoring you ought to be married to a woman. There ought to be a first lady somewhere. If not, he might have a first gentleman. We cannot have perversion over the people. Pastor, you mean? I'm not mean. I'm telling you, I'm trying to show you life. Even if the people in the pews are suffering or struggling with that spirit, pray them through. You ain't got no business up here dealing with it. How you gonna preach to them and you got it? We trying to get people out of what they in. We trying to love them out of what they in. If you in it, you can't love nobody out of it. You're gonna tell them to stay in it. And you gonna let that spirit of perversion be all through the church.
Now, she need to have them words for her pastor.
Listen.
Those was his word. He was preaching in the pulpit, but then again, we know he a lying bishop. Tell me, I brought them here on 2 buses and on a bus, and I set up the line. I did not bring Jedediah here. Jedediah is good and grown.
He's already made a whole disclaimer about this. He's already spoken against this. And this is actually what led him there to the church, was the beginning of the lies that he told. That's how he ended up at the church to approach him, because he called him several times or whatever and whatnot. Not to say he was wrong or right, but that's actually how that started.
She picks on Bev. She picks on Beverly. And it was she can't be in the aisle way, then you need to make certain accommodations. If Beverly Biggs Levy don't even be talking, Liddell will pick on her. That's your warning. And Candace too. They've done it. And it don't even be her talking. It be someone else that's talking. And so when we talk about, they pick and they're nasty. They abuse their position and they abuse their power.
They do.
They abuse their position and abuse their power. Every single meeting throughout this entire community. And they are detrimental to Flint's progress. They are detrimental. So
it furthers the division. It doesn't help. None of this is helpful. And a lot of times I feel like a lot of the things that people, when they're speaking out, it's because they want attention. I know that sounds so juvenile, but that's what it is, it seems like. No one even mentioned him. He wasn't at the meeting, he wasn't present there. He inserted himself into a situation that had nothing to do with him and then played victim when he was approached about it.
That part.
And then when
The
it comes,
hypocrisy.
yes, and this is another glaring example with Pastor Martin speaking so hatefully about people and their lifestyle, their choices, how they were born, and how they run their life. That has nothing to do with him. And to speak hatefully like that is insane to me. I went to a private
And to
school
be
as
a
a young
pastor.
child, and to be a pastor, and we were taught to love everyone regardless. And like someone else mentioned, he without sin cast the first stone. Also, your job as a Christian isn't to, we have no heaven or hell to put anybody in. So condemning people that's insane to me.
And you're correct. And so one of the things with the youth jobs last year was her pastor, Dennis Pfeiffer, asked, well, what is he going to be I wasn't there at that meeting. It was Jeremy Carter and Dennis Pfeiffer. And they asked, what are we giving him youth jobs for? And they said, Liddell said, so he can teach them faith. I ain't blessing that mess with a yes vote either. Absolutely not doing it. So why youth jobs are not passing? We played that, didn't we, last week when she didn't have the answer? I like you, Shelley, but you ain't had no answers. Talking about some, you couldn't find the members or the names until you wanted the money. They need to stop that. So here's the resolution. Can we put the resolution up? It's the poor picture of resolution approving reallocation of ARPA funds for youth training to City of Flint's second clean and safe summer job training program. It goes on until 2022-23, the City of Flint received funds pursuant to American Rescue Plan Act of 2021. So here is one of my things. It doesn't state here who is going to. It is resolved that the appropriate city officials are authorized to do all things necessary, including executing the necessary agreements. Well, we know he got money last year. And so Faith Foundation, various tasks, Latinx, North End Action Council. These were all last year with y'all. Cathedral of Faith. It's on back. I didn't take that picture. I'm gonna put it up there to them. Yeah, I got one. I popped another nail since I've been here. Is it up there? Can y'all see it?
We can't use your other hand, baby. Use your other hand. There we go.
Look, this one is bad.
Oh, okay. We'll use the other one.
Okay, look. Hold on. Look, I do got one good nail.
Use the one. There you go. There you go. There we go. Yes, there you go.
Is that it? Yeah, I see. Okay. Look, I'm going to get my nails done tomorrow. Look, I've been working. I had to do a little bit of yard work. So listen, y'all know I don't care. I am not that type of person. You get what you get. I will shower and smell expensive. That's all I got.
There we go.
And some earrings. I will always put on real gold earrings. Okay. Or real silver. I will be sick with the flu. I had COVID and had my earrings on.
I'm gonna have my blush, and I'm gonna doll. I'm gonna give you a little bit.
I look like I was.
I'm gonna give you a little
I could have. Yeah.
The curl
listen, when you're sick. No, I wasn't doing all that.
The curl on spring. I'm just saying.
So on here, it is 2024 recap. It was reported through the summer 7 local organizations collaborated with the program, offering diverse job opportunities tailored to help youth gain practical experiences while contributing positively to the community. So what did Cathedral of Faith? They said child care services. Do you want him teaching your child anything? He doesn't understand when, gay or if a child is, struggling with their sexuality. People have different times where they figure out, if you want it, what are you going to do, gay out of you or whatever, And so this was last year's. This year, they ain't got no names. And so when they asked what were they going to teach, y'all, yeah, I ain't making this up. I'm gonna show y'all the good nail. I'm going to get my nails done tomorrow.
Don't worry about
I got to check my schedule first.
Mine aren't done. You know,
Okay.
I've been gardening.
Y'all
so
see
yeah.
it? So what Cathedral of Faith is supposed to do, this is what Christopher Martin is supposed to do, the bishop. Cathedral of Faith. Cathedral of Faith taught the importance of faith. I can't even talk now. Cathedral of Faith taught the importance of faith and confidence when navigating through life experiences through cleanup and mentorship. The bishop was telling all kinds of lies with his parishioner. They identical lies. They was identical liars. So I don't understand. They both told lies that didn't happen. The stuff didn't happen. I mean, and I guess they don't want to talk to you. Jed done been up to that church. Jed, they don't want to talk to you.
You had Talcum X
calling,
after
they don't
his life story, and it was a mess. Bless his heart.
What? Cathedral of Faith taught the importance of faith. Okay. It should have been how not to lie on people. I mean, come on. By the way, y'all, look, somebody tip the cash app is down at the bottom before I go on to finish laughing. Please donate to Landon because he putting up with us.
What time is it?
Listen, if you can donate
Lord,
to
it's
Cash
10:18.
App, what a dollar sign. What is it? $ Hendrix Studio. Y'all see Cash App, $ Hendrix Studio, HENDRIX Studios. Anything is greatly appreciated. All funds go to him. It does not go to Tonya Burns. So listen, if you can please donate. And look, hit that like button. Y'all hit that like button. Listen.
Hit the thumbs up. And for those of you on YouTube, please hit that notification bell. Hit the notification bell so that you do not miss us. We are here every Tuesday at 8. We might be on time. We might not be on time. We
had technical difficulty today.
Yeah, we really did. It was a sound issue.
We really did.
Yeah, we did. We did. And we were early, but we needed some time.
We were here.
We were here, but it was
So,
yes, Hendrix Studios, which is also located in downtown.
I'm about to pop off one of the other good nails. So listen, he's the important.
Did you pop off your nail? Wait a minute.
I think I'm playing.
Did you pop it up?
And thank you to Beverly Lewis, because look, I didn't wash dishes with these nails on, because I don't wash your glove. So these are some really good nails, because I put them on right before one of the meetings. I'm like, I'm doing a Zoom, putting the nails on, and then when I finished the Zoom, I had to go to another meeting.
Yeah, so those did last a little bit.
They did, yeah, they lasted.
I remember you
so I ain't mad at it. Because when I put them on, I went to the kitchen, looked, trying to pry them on. Really, these nails is. So I did just pop on y'all, so I will be at the salon. But I want to get back to, I had faith that those nails were going to stay on much longer. They're going to teach me that kind of faith. I had faith in that nails.
I feel it.
The importance of faith. When he post and then double, triple, quadruple down, he went through the number 10 in Spanish. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, diez. He went 10 toes down on telling them lies. Okay. And put it on his face. Then went on. But JWC is the MVP. She got him together. She got him together. So Jerry Winfrey Carter was not playing. But they asked, why? This ain't a job. City of Flint has no business teaching the importance of faith. That is separation of church and state. This is crazy. Who he gonna mentor? Okay, y'all, you can't make this up. You can't make that up. Okay. Let's go on to the Judy video, please, because Sheena be busy. We said we y'all don't know the importance of faith and mentorship. Sir, you have no business mentoring nobody. Nobody.
Not a nobody.
No, nobody. No, nobody. I mean, literally, that is in there.
Nobody.
And this is why I'm not passing that. I'm not. When this man blatantly lies, when he goes 1, 5, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10, 10 toes down, and tells lie, and we gonna pay him to lie on councilman, I'm gonna vote yes to pay you to lie and mislead the youth. Absolutely not.
And it shouldn't. Yeah.
Absolutely not. We deserve better, and we should have better. I'm like, you can't make this up. Then no, sir, no. Have several seats. Have 10 seats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yo no 10 of them babies. Because you have no business teaching anybody faith. That's parishioner. Liddell Lewis. You can't. Oh my God. You can't. Sorry. Okay.
Pastor from St. Mark's was here and never came to the.
Let's do
Pastor from St. Mark's was here and never came to the podium and spoke on his, not even during public speaking. Never.
You. Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
Next speaker is Pastor Kevin Thompson.
Good evening, Council, and to the residents of the city of Flint. My prayer is that we walk in integrity and walk in love. Weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds and casting down every vain imagination and everything that exalts itself against the knowledge of God. I do want to say to the council people, thank you for those who are compassionate about the city of Flint, And I just want to say that those who are not compassionate, we know who you are. We're continuing to pray for you because those who are not compassionate, we know who you are. We're continuing to pray for you because we know that our church is a lot of prayer, a lot of power, a little prayer, a little power, no prayer, no power. Our city needs to walk in excellence. It's time for us to stop being in a desolate place. We need to look out for each other and take care of our city with the ARPA funds. That's somewhere we need to take care of business with that. Take care of our city instead of taking care of everyone else. We need to, charity starts at home and then spread abroad.
this little thing. Dang, y'all. I've been dragged about my iPhone by 2 different people in the last. Landon is dogging my iPhone too. He is. He ain't the only one. John been dogging. He come asking me at the council meeting, can he borrow my charger? I gave him my charger. Like, ain't nobody got no phone like this no more. The charger ain't even working. They trying to. Yeah, it's a conspiracy. They want me to buy a new phone. It's a conspiracy.
They say, come on over to death row.
Yeah, that part. So back to that. So Pastor Thompson was there. He showed up. He has spoken. He has been in the audience. So when they tell these stories, I ain't switching to no Android. Pastor, stop playing. I would be confused with it. But I got one that's it, and I'm confused. I am. I don't need no more confusing. So Sheena, speak to that because you made that video. Speak to that. So shouts out to the technical that she doesn't get paid any dollars, Landon, because we are a newly Black podcast. and we don't have that money. But if y'all could please kindly donate to Hendrix Studios, $ Hendrix Studios, we would greatly appreciate it.
Hendrix with the X.
Yeah, but Sheena got a nice house, so she can do this for free. When your house is worth about 1.67 million, she can do us some freebies. Okay, I'm just saying.
Just looking at the thing, and what is that on the wall right there? Look at that. Look at that design on
That's
the wall.
something that I threw up there because there was something else up there.
Something fancy.
Listen, I'm proud to all my friends, and especially, look, I'm gonna clap it up for all of them. I'm gonna clap it up for Carol, who want to grow a garden. No, and have some cows. I'm gonna clap it up for Stephanie, who got a purse for every day of the week, and some are breaking her house and stealing purses. And they be like, "Look, we tired of you with this public service job." They be telling me. I want to shout out to Sheena, shouts out to Equana Hartwell, shouts out to Mercedes Kenny, all of my friends, shouts out to Mayor Karen Weaver. I need you to get Miracle McLeod to make me a handbag because he's gonna probably give you a better discount. I want my own handbag with my initials on it now. I did the ones, with everybody else's, the Louis, the Fendi, the you name them. But listen, shouts out to the women who are doing their thing and establishing their own path in their own lane. So Sheena's working for free. My house, I live in a college house. So I don't have my house ain't worth 1.7 million.
Anyway.
So she working for free, Landon. So if she working for free, look. Y'all donated to Cash App Hendrix Studios.
With the
okay.
X. Also located in downtown Flint. Okay.
Located in downtown.
But when she said he has never spoken, even now, never. She was never. I mean, she put all that emphasis. Never.
She meant it.
I mean, she meant that never, and she said it with so much confidence. Judy, girl, oh my gosh! And the thing is, that's not all. I still have more. So she made that comment, and I was like, no, because I know for a fact that Pastor Thompson has come and spoken, because not only have you thanked him for coming, but JWC has also thanked him for coming a couple of times. Mm-hmm. So this was that, and that video was just in November. So when she told that lie, it struck me, and I was like, oh, hell no. Here again, we've caught you in another lie, where the pastor has come to personally appeal to council and speak to what they needed, what those services that he uses with the outreach center, what he does with that money and that funding, and how it impacts the community. Their continuous no vote has now resulted in Pastor Thompson now in the outreach center having to make a tough decision to end the food distribution after tomorrow.
And it ends tomorrow.
Yeah. So, this is not a joke. It's not a game. Last, 2 weeks ago at the last food distribution, I believe when Pastor Bishop Trotter was in town, Mother Napier spoke about how the seniors received an additional meat that day because it was senior day. So after tomorrow, seniors who were in line, anybody who was in line to receive that food, after tomorrow, that's it. For how long, we don't know, but that's it. So because they decided to align their allegiance to losers, their strong allegiance to losers has now led for people to not have the food that they need. And this whole cover up of, well, he supports people who don't live in Flint. Well, so do you.
Yeah, and the program is designed if you have a need, and it's in her ward. I mean, no one, I've worked them. You don't take drivers. Nancy Adams, I think she hasn't been on here, but as she stated, she's worked them. The process, you in them lines because you need it. Liddell been in that line. We didn't ask her, was she for herself, and didn't ask her for a friend or whoever, but it was needed. She know the process. Just to be nasty, Yeah, I'm telling y'all, I'm not for people's mess. I'm just not. And so it's a difference when we talk about feeding the community and then giving her pastor to teach people faith. And he said, "Well, Ms. Burns, is that for youth job?
Miss
You know the youth
Burns.
job?" No, it is because
Burns.
we are not an unemployment agency. Teen Quest, Job Corps, they can go directly to Walmart themselves and apply. They pay $4 or $5 more an hour. So what we need to do is encourage them, go to Teen Quest. They teach them job skills. They teach them how to fill out an application. You have these organizations that already exist, how to have an interview. And so with that being said, I think that they need to understand that. You know, we're not an unemployment agency. We're not. We took in 64 million, we're spending 68, and we're in budget season. They have not given us our grants budget. And then all this, well, we think the county's going to negotiate. We won't have to pay that 1 million anymore. The county don't like you, Mayor Neal. You withheld the jail money from them every year to when it was like almost a year till you put their budget behind. Was it 2 or 3 million? I mean, the county don't care for you. Everything that you have done to disservice them, they don't care for you. They need a partner that they can work with, and he's not a partner you can work with. He goes over there trying to tell them how to do their job because he Nito Brown think this the Carter, which I have said this is not New Jack City, it's the city of Flint, and he treats it as such. So, was that the last video? Oh, what's another one? Look, if anybody want to call in, that phone is working. You can call in. Okay, let's play it.
Oh, so now they're videoing when you scored it out. Get out of here, Jedediah. We don't want you here. Oh, so now they're videoing when you scored it out. Get out of here, Jedediah. We don't want you here.
I mean, play that one more time.
Sound like she's Tennessee in the backwoods. Get on out
Kentucky,
here, buddy.
get on out of here. This is sundown town.
Get on down
It's a sundown town, boy. What I tell you.
Oh, so now they're videoing when you scored it out. Get out of here, Jedediah. We don't want you here.
Judy, I didn't see that. So she's twirling in the chair. Okay, kids do that and it's annoying.
She got her feet.
You ever been someplace and your parents were like turning in that chair?
And they swinging their feet.
But still. Oh my, get out of die. Get out of here. We don't want you.
No one wants you here.
Come on, that's just terrible.
Yeah.
You know what? You without the video, y'all, you wouldn't know it. The video. We didn't make this up. Okay. So what other one? And look, if y'all want to call in, if you want to try 810 Pat, put it in the chat. 810-471-7849. That number, if you want to call in, and don't call in here trying to get us to fix America. 810-471-7849. You know, everybody got my number, including my stalker. And he can get it tonight. He can get it tonight. So listen, thank you, Flint Urban News Station. Thank you. The best Flint Urban News Station. We're ran collectively by dealing with issues that are in the Black community. It is hosted by, most of them are by Dr. Karen Weaver, former mayor of the city of Flint.
I gotta hit him with the logo.
Hit him with the logo. So listen, if you want to call in. So listen, do we have anything else that's on here?
I have Kwame.
Yeah, we got to get to Kwame. Y'all, watch your local news, watch news, period. Your written video. I watch several things that are on the news. I watch different news at the Young Turks. I watch CBS. I can't stomach Fox right now, y'all. I'm just saying. I watch CNN. I watch MSNBC. I watch podcasts. Podcasts give you a good, different view of things. And so I'm really into the podcast news. But Kwame Kilpatrick was taken out of jail, was given clemency from May. I'm going to say mayor from President Trump, and he was given clemency. He would get a full pardon if he helped to campaign. That was his agreement. Within the first month, he would be given a full pardon with the money. Well, of course, Michigan turned red, and we had black folk now then voted for him against their own ideas and against their own needs. So let's hear in Kwame's own voice.
Here in North Carolina, but hey, State Rep, I'm about to speak here in North Carolina, but I wanted to get this message to you. I couldn't type it. Yeah, I was at Mar-a-Lago talking to him. He promised that in this first month in office that he would give me a pardon. I told him that I go to work, and I did. Spoke all over this country on his behalf: Atlanta, Philadelphia, Detroit, all over Michigan. White groups, black groups, mostly Republican groups. We cut a commercial. The Michigan Republican Party cut a commercial for me. We ran the commercial all over Michigan, but we also ran it in Georgia and Philadelphia. The small groups that came together for when he was at Lorenzo's church. I had a meeting with that small business group downtown earlier at table number 2 before they met with the president. I made sure I wasn't in the room, but all of those people, Omar, all those folks are folks that I talked to and got to that meeting. And so from small groups to large groups, to standing ovations to the Oakland County Republican Party. Pete Hoekstra had me in several different places, working my butt off for the president. And so I just want him to know that, and you to be able to tell him that what you saw, me all over and me getting, killed and horrible, and beat them, the feds coming after me for this little restitution that has gone from 9.6 million to now 150,000. And so I just, the pardon would cure everything. I'm not a beggar. I'm not like a bitchy guy. I don't have any other way to say that. So I don't run behind folk. I just want my work to speak for itself. But I do need people sometime to say something good about what I've been doing on his behalf. So I hope you get a chance to say that. I'm about to get up on stage now. I'll talk to you later.
Well, your work did speak for itself. Now it spoke for itself.
That it did.
I'm going to put the video up. You hadn't heard that one, Landon? So it did speak. Well, you tricked a lot of people. They always get one of us to do it, always. And he did. He tricked some people. Okay, put up the that's in your second article. It was an article about Kwame. Yeah, Kwame, not complaining, bruh. They did what they do. You was, shucking and jiving and tap dancing, and they got you.
Yep.
They did what they said they was gonna do. They tricked you to trick us.
They did. Mule and
that's the what FAFO. What is it?
Yeah,
F around and find out. So they sent him deliberately to target the black community. He made commercials for the Republican. He was proud of this. So now he's saying, okay, I did my job. You president, I'm tricked the people. You raising tariffs. People are we fighting with every country, Canada. We putting people who shouldn't be sent back to different countries on planes and sending them back. We deporting people. ICE ain't playing. Now Biden should have tightened up the borders though. He should have, because he might have stayed in, because he was worried about them borders. He doing all this, getting rid of those, want to remove the lunch counter out of Woolworth counter. They getting rid of the CDC, the Department of Education also. Kwame, you did all of this. I don't care what happens to you.
Not an iota.
I don't care, because he's part of the destruction to destroy his community. So everything that he done did, this is what you get. What you think? I mean, this guy has 34 felonies. Did you think you could trust him? That is the part where you are educated man. Your mother is an educated woman. You just failed us miserably.
Yep. This is a huge L. Huge L on his part. To go carrying their water only to turn around and all of a sudden, oh, I don't know what happened. It's the same script, different cast. We've seen this so many times. Omarosa, hello. So many others can tell the same story. Like, I don't know what they're expecting at this point.
Okay, and so that's the part. So Kwame, you tricked your people, and he tricked you. So, and he ain't shamed. You did the whole. You can't shame him into doing that. They have completely whitewashed that administration. Removed that one, the highest ranking guy, the general. Ain't nobody black and no leadership position. And, you know, you look at Bush. Bush had kind of Lisa Rice. I mean, they had Colin Powell. They had black people in the administration. About them. All those people look like them. So, anyways, Landon, anything you want to close it up? Donate to Cash App, $ Hendrix Studios. H-E, how you spell it? It's down at the bottom. It's down at the bottom on the scroll.
Hendrix with an X.
My mic ain't even on. I'm just talking.
HENDRIX. Cash App, $ HENDRIX Studios.
I was trying to load another little thing up.
Yeah, you need something big. Everybody got old. These old. We old folks.
Here we go.
What's the best nation in the world? Gotta take it. Donate them all. That's what make America.
What's the best nation in the world? Donation.
Thank you, Patrick Jean. So let's leave that one up. So you can donate to $ Hendrix Studios. We cannot do this without Landon. Sheena living in $1 million house out down. But stop 19 million persons. Girlfriend, she got Louboutin tennis shoes. Kwani, they cute, girl. They cute, girl. Listen, they better be watching. China will give you a discount. They tired of these tariffs. They tired. They tired of it. You order from us. We save you thousands of dollars.
It's true. That's not that wasn't a secret though. I'm shocked that more people did not know that.
Yeah, but I think they like what's the good sites that you get them from? That's what people don't know.
Well, that,
look, y'all put them in them chats. Look, because you know your girl on a budget now. I can't just go to Louboutin store on a public servant budget. I can't walk out here with the bag on my public servant budget. Listen, y'all send me the good sites.
It's true. Support local business. Miracle McClown. He make purses right here.
I want my own name on them. I do. Why are you laughing? Well, I'm a sports. That way I lose my
the TB.
I want TB. That's right on my purse. I sure do. So can't nobody they'll recognize. In Mayor, we had a cute. I'm like, can he make that bigger?
That was cute. That was really cute.
Yeah, but it had the feet at the bottom. So
yes, I think the one I wanted was sold out. Yeah.
Yeah. So but I need a bigger one because my purses they get abused.
Well, that's what I said. I went to the site and the one that I wanted that was more of a tote style was sold out.
So Dollar Bill said, how do you feel about Whitmer going up there with Trump? Where did it go? With Trump. Kwame was just trying to get out of prison. Okay, I'm not excusing her either because she had the nerves to hide her face. If you got to hide your face, shameful. Kwame getting out of prison hurt an entire nation. She had no bit. If you got to go hide your face, literally, y'all know she had the blue folder doing this. Because she didn't want, and it was blue. If you got to go do that, you shouldn't have been there. Not giving her any pass either. So when you dance and deal with the devil, I don't know what you get, an extra ticket to go to hell. I don't know, because he tricked them. But Kwame did it to his people, because Trump was going after Black people, minorities. You had, what was the one picture? Guy had a shirt on with ICE on. I don't know if it was a AI shirt, but as ICE was deporting them, you know, we look at what they have done. This is crazy to me. So we got many topics to talk about and a lot of content. I don't like just talking about city council. I don't. There's so much to talk about. That is why Sheena co-hosts this show, to give a different perspective other than mine. I am a Gen X. She is a millennial, so that we can have different views. She's the last Black housewife I know. I don't know none. I don't. I mean, not anymore. Not the young ones. I take that back. I do. My cousin Shay is a housewife.
Uh-huh.
I take that back. She is a housewife, but that don't really count. Well, she's a housewife. So
That still counts. I have
she got a housewife. I told her make sure they get the pool together so that we can, because my family, we show up. We pull up and show up. So listen, we appreciate anything that you want to close with, Landon.
Could I have Sheena read that one for me so I could play another graphic that was made by Hendrick Studios? If you need any intros, graphics, any of that type of stuff, make sure you hit your boy up, Hendrick Studios, flintsvideographer@gmail.com.
Why don't you have a whole
that sounded good.
Promotion. What happened?
You need a flyer.
I'll get y'all. Oh, well, I do have my I get it.
Okay, thank you. So why didn't you put this up early when I needed that?
Because I forgot I had it on there.
Okay. Leave it up, please. Support your local studio, urban news station, Flint, and producer Cash App. $ Hendrick Studios. There's a lot that goes into this, and we talk about videography. He's doing different things. Because I can't do that. I said that, look, my phone, I ain't even got a charger. Man, if I gotta buy a new phone, leave that up. Oh man,
you can go, Kurt. You can go to any gas station and get a charger for that. That's I'm my bad. I'm sorry.
The white t-shirt, the Flint hat,
right next to them wigs, and get you.
I get a charger, a wig. I can get a t-shirt, some socks,
and some band-aids right there. Yep.
Okay. See, look, he didn't come. I'm like, this ain't working, y'all. And I stole this. I mean, I borrowed long term from somebody. You leave your charger.
Borrowed long term.
Long term, and I didn't borrowed about 3 of them.
And now they watching this like, dang, she done broke my charger.
There we go. There we go. And now you watch it. Now you know where it is. Now they watch it.
Because look, my phone is dead. It's dead. But anyways, so anything I can go to any gas station. Okay. Anything that we want to go. So I do want to say this to close up, because I want to make sure we talk about council. I don't know, they may do a special meeting. If the special meeting, I am not supporting the faith school. I will not be supporting Bishop Christopher Martin. Bishop Christopher Martin owe me personally an apology with those posts that were just ridiculous. Him and his councilwoman, his parishioner, with them lie, just to put up the lie, and then to not, it's too much. It's too much. One thing I do want to say, that when we talk about moving this community together, that we have got to start coming together. You can't be fighting everybody. You cannot be beefing out with everybody. Tracy Fazier talked about being beefs today. It has to stop, and to stop manufacturing and creating beefs, because guess what? The people you complain about are winning. They're winning when you beefed out and finding problems with everybody else. And if anybody thinks that what I do is easy, I'll give you my chucks. Walk in my shoes. And it ain't easy. It's not easy. And so until we start saying that I love my city more than I hate the person, I don't even know, for whatever reason. That'd be the funny part. Folks be not liking you because the color of your skin, and And ask some Black folks that'll do that. You know, they may not like you because of how you speak or how you articulate your words. They may not like you for how you dress. They may not like you for how you wear your hair. And I don't dislike Liddell for that wig. I dislike Liddell because of her attitude. I don't dislike her for that wig.
They hate you. They
Well,
don't like
can we
you
just
because
be
they're
honest
not
here?
you.
Let's be honest.
I mean, okay, I'll let it slide.
Okay.
I'll let it slide.
Well, you want the possum? Who needs the possum one or the groundhog? But
Is there a difference?
Or was she reaching back to Shirley Chisholm?
Chad, that's Pomeranian tail that she's wearing at this
So
point.
I
Because
don't
that
dislike.
thing
I
is.
dislike her because she's a nasty person. I dislike her for how she's thrown out over. Used to be 60, but I think now it's 70 residents. I dislike her for her disservice to this community, and she's not a likable person. She's not. Her
I thought she was
actions
a
are not.
likability expert.
We need to find that video the next time. She did say she was a likability
That's
expert.
what she
Somebody
said. She goes
find
and
that
she teaches
video and
and
send it to
speaks.
Sheena.
She goes and she speaks on it. Isn't that what she said?
Look,
She's
She
standing there
teaches
looking
people.
like
she
this.
did say she was doing an interview, and it was funny because the young lady, the lady that was I went to school with her, and she was kind of looking at her when she said it like,
Right.
Sure. And so
Likability expert.
yeah, so I do want to say this week we have a lot at risk in the city of Flint. There's a lot that's at risk, and losing that third ward race will be difficult. Not just, and it's more than just a third ward race. It's more than that, and that is the part that we need to really understand. That some things you can't take back. You can't. People look. You can't destroy me. You can't. My kids are fine, but are yours? Okay.
So
What I'm
true.
working on. You know, God has
So
blessed me. I
true.
pray not only to cover my children, but to cover your children too.
Exactly.
And so when we look at, I had 3 shootings in my ward this week. 2 were on Bradley Street. I had an 8th grader shot. An 8th grader. There was a party on Thomas Street, and prayers for both families, where the 20-year-old was shot, and she was a fatality. She was killed. The bullet was not intended for her. It was intended for someone else. And this was after a prom at Grand Blanc, and they were having a house party. So the things that I say and I do for this community, I'm not doing this because I'm making a lot of money. I'm doing it because I care. You could be somebody in this seat who would not do nothing, okay? Because, and it's funny because a lot of the people that have things to say, it's just kind of ironic when I've had to defend them or they've called me for help. You know, because that's my love for people. And so we have got to stop coming at each other. Our kids are dying. Over 10 children, I think it was 10. I have not got the number back from the police department. Y'all know they said at the budget hearing is gonna get them to me. I didn't get them. I didn't get them. And I saw I'm gonna have to go through the Genesee County 911 Center and get my numbers another way. And so when we look at our children are dying, it's very real. That talk about the issues that's killing us. Pastor Thompson will be giving his last food drive. Let's start taking our energy and our actions to do something that's positive. Together, we can do great things, but divided, which we are, we're not going to win at anything.
Absolutely.
And we are
you
divided.
have so many of us outsiders, I've embraced the term now, who are we're so willing to do what we can. The fact that my inbox has people from Flint asking questions, come on, y'all. Like, come on. Like, serious, come on. And I've discussed this with you. Like, come on. We got, the egos have to go. They have to go. It has to stop. I feel like and when you ask people, well, what exactly is it that you're angry about? It's nothing of substance. You're literally fighting against your own self-interest.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine hating somebody so much or being so holding such disdain for people who I don't know personally that it would stop me from doing what's best for my own self-interest.
Yeah.
That's
And we have a lot to do. You
uh,
cannot love Flint the way you claim you do and do the BS that you do. You can't. Because look, Liddell getting her people, they getting new siding, new windows. You know, they learned how to work the program. Pretend like you got a child up in there. You know. Yeah. Liddell
and
got some of
then
them calls. They
right, and
call
then to
Liddell
make
the
it
money
further,
lady.
they do. And to take it further, you have those of us who, you know, we love to claim that when Black people make it, they forget where they came from and all this other kind of stuff. You know, I'm blessed to have and I'm blessed to be able.
Yeah.
I want that for I want everybody to eat. And I want everybody to share in that. And so to have that extension of yourself, I don't understand. The block of that is weird to me. And the
Crazy.
fact that
It
we have to
is.
have it's crazy to me. And the fact that somebody had to ask, well, why exactly is Jed here? The mission was sidetracked the day he got set foot here. He's down there trying to get money back from a billboard that wasn't put up. And then when he realized, oh wait, the mayor is doing all this. Now the whole mission is this man is now sitting somewhere with his feet kicked up and he's getting his way while everybody else is fighting at each other and doing all this.
And he's
And he has not been a conversation the first for so many.
For so long.
For
And you got to
so
look at who
long.
create. For those who begin any sentence with "I don't like Tonya," you don't. I'm okay with it because I ain't for everybody. You know,
right?
And I am good because you may not like what I do. And I don't even care. And that's the thing. I do it for my community. You don't run away to people who doing it. You know, you don't. You know, and I'm good. I don't care if people. I don't know how many times I've been called in the middle of the night to go help people. Literally to go help people.
Your notification of you being live, and here you go with your fire marshal Bill hat on, and I'm like, why is it's 1 a.m.? Why is she out? It's all what are we doing? When no fire marshal hat. Like, what are we doing? You remember Fire Marshal Bill? Oh my god.
Yes, I do. On Living Color.
Let me tell you something. I'm sorry.
That's what they used to call my first husband because he was a fire marshal. I swear they did. He used my kids as the stop, drop, and roll kids. He did. They were used for that. You know, they with the smokehouse would go around. My kids were well trained, okay, when it came to fire. Okay, stop, drop, roll. They had all the questions. And he had tricked my daughter because she thought, you know, your daddy's girl. So she thought she was smart because she knew all about fire safety. Yeah. But I will say this, when I was teaching, one of my students was living with her grandparents, and one of the house caught on fire. And because of his training, he also would go around to the schools. She saved the family. She did save the family. So I will give that to him. That might be one of the nice things I can say about him. And that I love my kids out there.
Okay, let's
I
keep
love
going.
them, but
Okay,
I'm not
land.
gonna take them all the
Let
time.
on land it. Let's see. Here we go. We were almost there.
Almost there.
We're
Almost there.
almost there.
My kids got a lot of talk back. And that one, you know, he just loved a little lab coat. He already putting himself in his chemistry class. Like, you got to take the lab coat out. Do I need to get your name engraved on it? What child loves chemistry? So, but anyways, I do want to say that I'm going to say thank you, Sheena, for co-hosting with me. I appreciate that. And I'm going to say
you for
thank you
having me.
to everyone who's still on it, those who came in, Julian 724, Philip Johnson, Patrick Jean, and I would have to scroll down. Merck 76, Jessica Stewart, hey girl out of Cali, Vic Arrington. I didn't see that one on here. This is giving me two different things. Vic Arrington,
Philip Johnson,
Tasha Lynn,
Julium 724. Thank
Dollar
you.
Bill,
Tasha Lynn.
and so it's not Tara.
Margaret Tara. Yeah, she's Skeptical JP. I think
Skeptical
he
JP.
might be
Yeah.
down already.
Look, I'm trying to scroll down. Gutter Black.
Yeah, Gutter Black. Man, when he calls Liddell
Tom
Pussy
is
Booty.
Tom Denon. And I'm trying. It may because y'all know my phone. I'm gonna have to go to the JP6. And listen, if I did not mention your name, charge it to talking with a purpose. I love that.
Kamala Buford was in here. I
Kamala
think Jen
Buford,
went
A.
live, so
Jones.
we've lost some people. He went live, so
Oh, I didn't even see this one. Time with the clerk under Del Rico's. What? With the clerk under. I don't know what that one means. Nancy Adams, Big Shady 11. Oh, this phone is going. Mark Hutchinson.
Kathleen King.
And here we is, Kathleen King, my girl.
B.
Am I
Marie
miss?
was here. B. She had go B. I bet, but she was.
B. Marie. Don't y'all play with her. I'm just gonna tell you. Don't
Please
y'all play with
don't.
Tonya Jones.
Please.
Both of them do not trigger them to Tonya Jones and B. Marie. Because Tonya Jones was triggered yesterday. I'm standing in front of her and it
Oh my
triggered me.
gosh, she broke my heart in that oh man.
Well, in the hallway, she was not playing. I'm like, Tonya. This was yesterday, Tonya.
I
And
saw
look,
you
it was
grab
this.
her face. Yes.
Oh, did y'all see
that? Mm-hmm.
It was the same as B. Marie. It was the same thing.
Wow. Yeah, you could hear it in
Auntie
her
M.
voice.
So if I did not call your name, Jasmine M. Maria Carter. Oh, okay.
A few new faces.
Someone asked on here, did we figure out did we figure out how the drainage issue will affect the environment about SGAP? Watch Arthur Woodson. I done went to all his meetings. He has been describing it. And y'all know he's gonna be on there 25 million hours to talk about it. I'm just saying. And he has talked about the great. And y'all know he don't slide. I'm pretty sure at some point Mark Quimby wanted to say, Arthur Woodson, I hate you, but he couldn't. I'm quite sure. And with Racer Trust, because he was on them and making them abide by. And he called Washington on them and went to Washington on them. Not just called Washington. And so if it's at that, where we're at, we're gonna be good. And now we just need to get done. We cannot say, oh, and Clack was on here, Michael Clack. We cannot say we want to do better, we want to grow with stopping business because of pettiness. My job does not state for me, number one, page 26, section 3-104, that I got to put up with their BS. I'm not disrespecting you. Don't bring me don't bring it. I'm telling you. Telling you. I ain't for it. So I want to thank each and every one of you for joining in with me and Sheena back then and with our producer, Landon with Hendrix Studios, which is located in the beautiful downtown. You keep taking, why are we talking? You're supposed to keep up that thing. And yeah, I gotta work on him. Producer Jay got that part down.
Lord Jesus.
And he does. See, and he keep taking it out. He too humble. Look, people ain't gonna know that,
I'm just trying to support my city and hope that they, one day want to join in and be a part of Urban News Station.
Well, I do have someone who wants to do one and want to do two different ones.
We the local studio now,
you
so
gonna love this
whenever
person.
they,
So I was talking with this person today when we get off camera. And one thing I do like to have, there's a short, and it's funny, me and him was having a conversation about Tyler Perry and how some of his stereotypes with the men. And so this person wants to have a show. And I think it's a good show to have, and he's a man's man. He is very well educated, but you don't have to be educated. Because look, a man can look sexy changing the oil in the car. Never change the Lord. Look, you got a flat tire. Oh, you's a handsome man. Yes, because you're changing that tire. So you don't have to go to college to be. You could be street educated, your street degree, or your actual degree if you go to a university. Because if they changing that tire or you need an oil change, he looks real good to you. I mean, I'm just saying. Baby, you look good hanging that drywall.
Wait a minute. Patrick has given the benediction, and I.
the Lord wants between me and the one we absent. Jesus.
You ain't see what he said above. He said all hearts and minds clear.
Yes, I saw that one first. I knew it was coming. He said it's time
Trick,
to go.
I'm not
Y'all,
gonna
it is
play
11
with
o'clock.
you. Because
It is 11 o'clock. He right.
ain't nobody gonna be blessing
I knew it was
that
coming. I
mess.
saw it. I
Because
saw
we
it and
know
I tried to ignore it. I knew it was coming up. He dog. He dog. All right, Urshus. If we can have the
close
Urshus.
the. I said,
And
close the door.
in
Close the door.
position. Urshus. If we can have
Close. 1,000
our Urshus.
people in here. Everybody gonna get 20. Close the door. I said, close the door.
Oh God.
Okay, we laughing too much. And my charge is prehistoric.
Refreshments will be served. So, listen, thank you so much for joining
After you
us
pay them
tonight, y'all.
$20. Ushers, if they don't pay, and look, if you pay by Cash App, give Lifey, you give my Zelle. I want you to come to the front so we can see y'all. Y'all not gonna be pretending like y'all paying.
Would you steal from God? Would you steal from God?
Y'all
Okay.
come up to the front. We want to make sure that y'all giving these offerings. It's about 15. I don't want 1,000 people. Close the door. Close the door.
Some of these envelopes feel a little flat. They're a little light.
Get ready to play with you today, Sheena.
Woo, Patrick. Patrick is a fool for that one, man. I saw it. Did take that baby wrench immediately because no, sir. No, sir.
Blocking you.
No, sir. I saw it and I said, here he go.
If all minds and hearts are clear.
All minds and all hearts and minds clear. I saw it and I tried to ignore it. And then he hit us with the
You know who got the meanest look when they say that?
Oh, that girl that sits to the left of you. Oh. Yes.
Not playing. Y'all I'm not praying with him. Dennis, none of us do. You cannot pray over that mess and then say, like, God is going to anoint that mess and them spirits. I don't like because your spirit.
I'm sorry. Wait a minute, y'all. I was just distracted because y'all saw that orange ass that was right there. That was my husband reaching into his humidor. I'm sorry.
I'm done. Okay. Look, yeah, we through playing. So listen, I appreciate y'all giving me this time. Patrick, we taking that little monkey wrench from you. It's
It's your turn to be in
Johnson,
timeout now.
thank you
You
for
can take his
joining us
range.
and Tasha Lynn, thank you too. Philip Josh, thank you for your content, Tasha Lynn too. These folks don't know how to act up here, I'm just saying. So we gonna need, because Landon put on his little hoodie, he got the little lava lamp back. So listen, I gotta go. Where I go get a t-shirt, some socks, and a charger, and a wig.
And a hat. And my hat.
I got all kind of Flint hats. I do.
I gotta
And get a hat.
Y'all can send me some Flint merch. That'll
Some
be
of them sell purses.
Somebody send me some Flint merch. That's
some
what
sell purses. That Sunoco was selling purses.
Yeah, I can send Sheena about 5 of them Flint hats for about $3. Yeah. And they'll give me a couple single cigarettes that'll be rolled up.
Some Lucy's.
Send you a hat with a single cigarette inside.
Are they cutting up? I apologize for their behavior at this point. Shoot. Anyways, I gotta get me a charger. So look,
yes, please.
How many likes we got? Y'all should at least been liking our show. And if I made y'all mad, don't be mad. Charge it to my mind and not my heart, because we all need to do better.
hoodie and the laundry.
You didn't see the hoodie in the laundry. Y'all think I'm playing?
They said, what mood is he setting in there?
That's what I want to know. I want to know.
Get that quiet storm music in the back. Dun, 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 dun,
Hey, look, I had to
dun,
take it from the
dun,
house. I'm
dun,
trying to
dun.
make it work.
Do what you do. You hey.
Like Sheena. Oh, I love that song. And I love your smile.
So, Sheena put a Newport 100. Lord, listen, we gonna get off here because they cutting up. So I gotta go to the, where I go. Listen, thank y'all.
Some accessories.
Look, y'all, I know where I will be tomorrow. She gonna be like, "Why you wait so long? Can your nails done tomorrow?" She always tell me that. You gotta make time for yourself.
Don't.
That's what she be saying. Sudu.
Miss Burns, you take too long to come up.
She said, she be telling people. She be telling people. Why not call? Tell her to get her nails done. Why she wait so long? And then Stephanie be like, oh, she'll never have her nails done. Oh, she ain't going to that and all broken, popped off halfway down. She's exactly right. Because
I
I'll
got
be
another
having
2
stuff
weeks.
to
I
do.
gotta wait. I'm free because I'm gardening right now. I gotta show you pictures of my work because when I garden, I'll be gardening.
I look like I've been putting up bricks, masonry work. I want to get them done tomorrow.
Okay.
Listen.
Yes, Lord.
Those
We gotta go. Folks gotta go to
Beverly
bed.
Lewis gave me some. So listen, y'all. Great news gonna be coming this weekend or first of next week. Soon as I can share it with y'all, I am excited. We did find the House of Esther a forever life home, and there's some other things that are happening. So I do want to share that, but there's some other components to that. So listen, we're gonna all get in when we fit in because there's some more adding to that. That is just amazing. So I am happy. God is great. God is good all the time. God is good. Look,
All
y'all,
the time.
I'm just today blessed my heart. Now, as this community is being blessed, as we have people who are saying, let's work together. There are people who are working together. Imagine that. Those teens will not be in those bed bug filled motels, because they age out. If you are 18, they throw you out the foster care system. They pay for you to stay in the room, which are them little nasty rooms, bed bugs. The mom and the baby can stay together. So we have at least 8, maybe 10 rooms. And I'm so happy
God
about
will
that.
bless you tenfold.
I'm
What
so
he
happy
took
about that.
away.
So that was one of my
He
best
will
calls. I
bless
had two
tenfold.
good calls today. And so went from one to the, I can't tell you about the other one, but soon as I can, I'm gonna give it to y'all. So look, keep Flint in your prayers because we are, yes, Patrick, I didn't even expect this blessing. But y'all know I'll be brokering deals with the Lord.
Every day.
I don't even cheat. Sometimes you get in bed and you cheat and you pray. I've been on my knees on the side of the bed. I'll be in the car. They be like, why are you still sitting in the driveway, my neighbors? Because I'm praying.
Jasmine brought up Club
God didn't
Sunoco.
say I couldn't pray. Well, I was just worried, Miss Tonya, because you've been sitting out there 20, 30 minutes. And we didn't hear you on the phone. I'm praying to the Lord. Okay.
Jasmine brought up Club Sunoco.
Yeah. That's why I'm gonna go get me a
call. We gotta go. You all, thank you so much. Please hit that thumbs up. Share it. Subscribe. Hit that notification bell for if you are on YouTube. Donate Cash App Hendrix with an X Studios. Also located in downtown Flint. Look at there we go.
Who got my cord?
You in trouble?
So to Landon and John.
You told on yourself.
Yeah, to Landon and John. Y'all both make me sick dogging my phone. I'm just gonna say that.
Landon, take us out with something good, honey. The people gotta go to bed. It's 11:15.
And let me see.
Oh, hold up. Say that voice again.
Hold up real quick. This Keith Sweat coming over from 92.7 over here on Urban Stations. We're gonna go ahead and do y'all want a medley before we go out and then the intro, or you intro, or okay? Because you know sometimes when people in Flint say stuff, I be sitting there looking like, what?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Sometimes I be looking at them like that, and then I be trying to explain stuff. I be like, listen, Linda, listen.
Listen.
Sometimes, and I don't know what's going on, but then they be like, Drake.
Drake? Drake?
Yeah, I throw myself off, but you know, sometimes you got to have a good time, and you know, we're gonna start back with the with my morning show too, sometime in the next few weeks. So make sure y'all look out for that. There's just a quick clip from that, and then I'm going straight into the intro. So
Where is our? Wait, hold on, pause.
Are
we gonna finish the story? The peach with who was it? Cleon.
With Cleon?
Yeah.
Well, here goes sneak peek.
Oh, I need a dab. Oh, there they go. Oh.
You can see. That's all you can see. I ain't got to edit everything. But next PJ's episode is coming out soon. But I'm gonna hit the intro. We definitely appreciate all of y'all for tuning in. It's Tonya Burns and friends. All right, y'all. Have a great night.